time. This day is our day. This moment is our moment. Our fans, our dome, our home, our team. You're the hunter or you're the hunted. Now let's go get our respect. Bottom line, just be us. Be the New Orleans Saints. For the strength of the pack is the Saints. And the strength of the Saints is the flag.
On a beautiful night in the Crescent City, we are ready for some football. Couldn't come here soon enough after the way it ended last year as the Saints get ready for preseason game number 1, matching up with the Minnesota Vikings. Hi, everybody. I'm Joel Myers, and welcome to Saints preseason football. Alongside, we are spoiled with 2 Super Bowl champions. To my left, Jonathan Vilma. To my far left, and he's been with us the last 6 years, John Stinchcomb. Jonathan, we'll start with the defense because we got into the pass rush during the pregame show. You got to have a good pass rush, helps the secondary, and it was an area of concentration for the Saints during the offseason as they went and found some safeties.
It definitely was, Joel. They went and they got C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They also got Saquon Hampton, who have both been very, very productive in training camp. So at worst, you're going to provide a lot of depth to that secondary, especially in this pass-happy league. What I like is that they can really challenge Von Bell and Marcus Williams for one of those starter positions because their range and their play on the football right now has been outstanding.
Yeah, we've heard from Aaron Glenn during practices over these sessions where he likes what he's seen from both guys, and especially Saquon Hampton. Now, Alvin Kamara has shown us over his first couple of years of his career, he's one of the best running backs already in the NFL. Behind Kamara, though, Stinch, what about the depth?
Well, Kamara's lost his partner in crime. Mark Ingram's no longer wearing a Saints jersey, which is going to lead to change. They go out, they pick up Latavius Murray, who's a Pro Bowler in his own right. It's whether or not he fits with the scheme and how that number 3 back, who steps up there. They've rolled through some other players and still waiting to see who that third player can be.
We are going to be watching a very motivated Saints squad as we get ready for the Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Kickoff is coming up next.
Every game is a war. You win enough battles, you win the war. You win enough battles, you win the war. And you don't know which battle is going to be that defining moment. It's going to make that difference. So let's go out here tonight. Think about one play at a time. One play at a time. If we win enough battles, we win that war. Let's go, baby. Win on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Just moments ago, the Saints made their way onto the field. It's time now for our sideline report, all brought to you by Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience as we head downstairs and join Megan Payton.
Hey guys, I'm here with head coach Sean Payton back in the Dome for the first time since the NFC Championship game. I know you've talked about moving forward, but what are your emotions right now?
I think honestly, this is another team, and I don't look at it like we're still getting over that game. You know, in other words, it was a hard-fought game, and for us, quickly, we've got to begin to really focus on the things we can control. And I think all of us are looking forward to the start of the season and having a chance tonight to see a number of players, number of young players.
13th year for you. You've done this a while now. What's the benefit of having 4 preseason games?
I think the main benefit for 4 preseason games is evaluation. Currently, we don't cut the 90 down to 53 until the very end. And so every year we play that 4th preseason game, there are at least 2 or 3, sometimes more, 4 spots that we're evaluating for a player to make the team, and it gives you another game, especially now with the off season in the spring reduced as it is.
Who's going to be calling the offensive plays tonight?
Good question. That would be Pete Carmichael.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have so much fun tonight.
Thank you.
I think Dad liked that last question, didn't he? Thank you, Megan. So we are ready to go, and some heat over on that sideline after a 8-7-1 season last year. And Mike Zimmer, incredible head coach, and especially on the defensive side of the football in his 6th year. as Minnesota's head coach. And of course, the continuity and consistency to have Sean Payton here as long as he's been here with Mickey Loomis and now Jeff Ireland as well. It's the healthiest of situations, one of the best in the NFL. So here we go. Vikings won the toss. They're going to have Amir Abdullah waiting for the kick from a guy that set records last year. Percentage-wise, speaking of consistency, and that is Will Lutz who will be kicking it away. So, home sweet dome. And it's great to have you with us for Saints preseason football. Joel Myers, Jonathan Vilma, John Stinchcomb, and we are underway. Abdullah will take it from about the 1. Special teams exceptional last year, and a good start as they put him down shy of the 25 at the 24. And that's something we'll get into, guys, a little bit because it's a new special teams coach as well for the Saints this year. That's a gain of about 22, almost 23 yards. And Kirk Cousins. We don't know if we're going to see Drew Brees, but guys, we are going to see Kirk Cousins after a first year with Minnesota. Signed a 3-year contract.
I'm glad that we're seeing Kirk Cousins. Having the 8-7-1 season last year wasn't the best for Kirk Cousins nor that offensive line. So it's good to get him out here, get some reps, get ready for the season.
Down on first down, a play fake right away, looking deep down the middle, and on the comeback trail, it's a first down across the 35, out to the 38 with the flag down. He went to his primary, Stephon Diggs, right away.
It'll be a good early test for this defense just because of the arsenal.
Holding offense number 69. 10-yard penalty at the previous spot. First down.
That's on Rashad Hill.
But between Thielen and Diggs, there are some offensive weapons that Minnesota throws at you that for a preseason game number 1, it's good reps against a team that you haven't seen for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, I feel you on that, John. What I want to see is the run game get going. That's the MO for Mike Zimmer and his team.
So Markov back to the 14-yard line. On the short drop, not the primary, looked off, goes to his tight end, and it's complete as it goes out to Kyle Rudolph. But a big target at 6'6", 265 for a gain of about 10 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. For the ends, Cam Jordan, Marcus Davenport, Hendrickson, Wes Horton, Geno Grissom, Corbin
Marcus Davenport, he's the one I'm looking at, Joel.
Right.
I want to see if he's bringing a real pass rush, not just I'm fast, I'm big, athletic, but a real pass rush with the hands, the placement, and bending the corner.
The carry on the left side, nothing doing for Alexander Madison. And the Saints were exceptional last year. Let's not forget what they did against the run last year. Defensively, they were 2nd best in the NFL out of the 32 teams. Now, what about underneath, guys, as we look at the defensive tackles as well?
Well, I think you brought in a lot of talent in Malcolm Brown. He was a guy that fit in the system with New England, but just kind of held a spot. I'm excited to see if he blossoms a little bit, along with the other names that are pretty familiar. And they bring in some other veterans, Edwards, Williams, Ziggy Hood, that have been around the league for a while.
Yeah, and Stinch, this was reported as one of the deepest defensive tackle positions that we've seen in the Sean Payton era. When you look at the talent that they brought in, really, really good, really tough.
Man, Demario Davis, who had a great first year with the Saints, forced him out of the pocket, but Kirk Cousins running for the first down. It's a gain of 10.
Well, you want to affect a passer. You're trying to get him off his spot, but you got to finish there. I mean, you moved Kirk Cousins. He's a guy, if you let him get comfortable, he can make the throws, but with his feet, he's able to scramble for a first down.
And that was an interesting aspect of the Saints D last year that we'll get into. They couldn't get off the field. The 3rd down percentages. So now first down from the 35. Madison is the single. He'll get it over to the left side. And not much available with a flag from deep in the secondary.
And Joel, that goes back to not being able to get off the field on 3rd down. It goes back to not being able to generate a pass rush outside of Cameron Jordan. That means you have to manufacture a pass rush with a blitz, bring an extra man or so.
Defense, number 97. 5 yards will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Yeah, it's Mario Edwards with the call. 5th year out of Florida State, former 2nd round pick of the Raiders, who And it's going to be an automatic first down at the 41. And you bring up the linebackers actually were a strong suit for this team last year.
Yes, they were. The linebackers are deep. They have very good, not only linebacker play, special teams play. Dennis Allen did a great job of rotating them in, bringing them into their strengths. And, of course, we're all excited to see Demario Davis have a standout season. He really came on strong at the end of the year and really molded himself into a leader.
And he has the ability to take it to a whole nother level. I think you just scratched the surface of what he's capable of last year.
Yeah, Cinch, looking at him, he is physically imposing. A legitimate 6'3", 240 pounds, bigger than I was, faster than I was. I mean, he can be a very, very good player for the Saints.
Boy, he rushed the passer well for the Jets. That's just not been a role they've asked him to do here.
On the carry by Madison, who brings up a second and about 6. Little play fake and trying to slide the back out of the pocket, but going to the tight end, available again. Big gain for Rudolph. He's in his 9th year now out of Notre Dame, the former second-round pick in 2011. Had a huge chunk of 20 yards on an ad-lib and a good read by Cousins.
Tell you what, watch the nose guard right here. That's Sylvester Williams. He's trying to get out in coverage. That's a big man.
That is a big man. I'll tell you what, that's a great look by Kirk Cousins. He went to his first option, his second option wasn't there, and then went to his third option in Rudolph, who found his way somehow being covered by a nose tackle.
Abdullah is taken over the backfield. Cousins going for the deep ball and a jump ball as it hits the turf. It looked like it was a trap, and no call, actually, as he went for Adam Thielen.
Well, Adam Thielen celebrating like it's a touchdown,
right.
And if I were him, I'd keep celebrating too.
You said it. And they're going to give him a touchdown. They say he did. So we're on this side of the field where we're blacked out by the receiver. Eli Apple on the coverage, and you be the judge.
Well, Cousins recognizes early Von Bell's coming on a blitz, so he's got one-on-one for Thielen in the corner. Eli step for step.
Whoa.
Ball just comes in right underneath him.
What a great grab.
I mean, that is very, very good coverage. He lost track of the football in the air.
I don't think there's any question on the catch.
That's a completion.
It's whether or not he's down on the one.
But it looks like the contact may have come after the ball crossed the plate. What a grab.
So right there is he's down. It looks like he'd be down at the 1 yard line. Momentum took him into the end zone. So right there as he catches it, knee down, elbow's about to come down, shoulder down as well. That's right on the goal line. That slides in for a touchdown.
When does Eli touch him? When does
that's true.
Contact?
So they're going to take a look at it on the scoring play. Thielen, their leading pass catcher last year, looks like he's got 6. Four minutes of play. Clay Martin, our referee, with the call.
The receiver was down by contact at the 1 yard line. It'll be first down and goal at the 1 on the right half. The clock will start on my signal.
Yeah, as we saw right before he broke away, the catch was a good one. It looked like Eli just lost the ball.
So watch Eli Apple's right arm as he's defending. Look, he lost track of the football. He still is making contact. So when Adam Thielen makes that catch, he goes down. It's down at the 1 yard line. Contact was there.
Thielen's a good story for Minnesota. Guy out of Minnesota State that wasn't drafted. 113 catches last year for the Vikings to lead the squad. And he's got a guy with a cannon of an arm, Kirk Cousins. They set up Madison to the backfield, in the flat, touchdown. Minnesota and Alexander Madison, the rookie from Boise State, their 3rd round pick. So you load up the box, and they throw in the flag.
You're watching right here. Anzalone's got the back out of the backfield and man coverage. You take 2 steps to guard against the play action, and you're 2 steps behind.
Yeah, that is a tough one. It's really an in and out with the inside backer and outside backer, and unfortunately he lost track of the tailback. His eyes were on the fullback, lost track of the tailback for the touchdown.
Dan Bailey with the point after, so it's an 8-play, 76-yard drive, taking about 4.5 minutes off the first quarter clock.
Well, Joe, it was a good instant. It was a very good drive. When you look at the balance between the run game and the pass game, they started off with a couple passes, then went to the run game, then they had the play action, and then they take it deep. And I like that offense coming from Minnesota. That fits Zimmer. That fits what he does conceptually.
Well, they want to be more balanced. I think you bring in Cousins to be able to throw the ball, but like you say, Zimmer's personality and the way he's geared up for teams is run first, get them in play action. Now you've got a quarterback that can make those throws.
Yep. Yeah, and an impressive start for Cousins to the preseason. We'll get into that story because he had some struggles last year. We'll stay in touch with everything all across the board by the Saints. You just download the Final Play app. It's Saints news, video. Juice McAllister is going to give you inside analysis as well. Who Dat Nation's best way for all of you to keep up with the Saints. It's the Final Play app. Download it right now. So the Saints ready to get it after the defense gave up 6 to start the game. And a short kick is going to be taken by Zach Line. Line bouncing out, taking it across the 25. Good move. Out to the 35-yard line.
Empty.
And don't
okay,
remember,
Zach.
don't forget, though, Zach Line, there was only one guy who rushed for more yards at SMU than Zach Line. Eric Dickerson.
Heard of him.
Zach had a great college career.
He did, but he is not Eric Dickerson. I hope that's not where we were going with that.
No.
Okay.
And Craig James would agree with you.
I don't think he's getting more reps as a returner off that one, but
all right, here we
got
go.
it past the 35.
Now this is an important time for 2 guys, Teddy Bridgewater and Taysom Hill. And Teddy gets the call because it seems like guys they're going to play a half apiece tonight. From the 36, Bridgewater, pocket held up well. The dump off for Kamara. Man, oh man. Does he make a miss? Does he shed tackles well?
Kamara is so shifty. He turns a simple check down, Stinchcomb, into a 12-yard gain. Breaks tackles. Look at that. The power, the strength, the explosion, great feet and balance. What I like is that Teddy Bridgewater is not forcing the issue. I know it's only been 1 pass, but I like to see him scan the field. It's not there. Don't force it. Get it to the check down.
So good to see Kamara out there. The running again in motion. Kamara again going low. It looked like there was nothing available. He adjusted over to the right side for 6, almost 7.
Well, I think when you're talking about Kamara, you want him in space. No linebacker wants to be out in the open guarding Kamara. But one of the things that I think is underrated in Kamara's game is his ability to run the football. Between the tackles, he can get it done.
I honestly believe that he is more comfortable running between the tackles than taking a stretch play or a toss play. He's so explosive that he gets it, but you can tell very comfortable, patient, and shifty. Now Latavius Murray is in the game, so I'd love to see how they use him now.
Murray with a single. Bridgewater, look.
Nobody picked him up.
You got it. Against his old team, Latavius Murray, the former Viking, gives the Saints the first down. The defense is going to be here later in the day for both teams.
Eventually, they'll show up. We're waiting. We're still waiting.
17 on the reception.
I like Teddy Bridgewater here. You watch his eyes, his body language. Everything is looking to get downfield. He sees it's not open, makes the right read, get it to your check down. And for whatever reason, the Vikings just don't want to cover these check downs right now.
Murray in his 7th year out of Central Florida. Free agent signing. He's a little jump cut, and it worked well between his center and guard. He's got it down to the 25 for another gain of 6. So this is a big running back, and it's going to be tough for anybody to replace what Mark Ingram brought over the last 7 seasons. But he is a tall, strong back.
He is. They're built different. Mark's a little bit shorter, a little bit stockier. And Latavius is longer, leaner, probably just as heavy, if not heavier. But also, he's got that 5th gear.
He does have that 5th gear. And what's scary for a defensive guy and a defensive coach is that they're not changing the running game for either running back with Kamara or with Murray in the game. That makes it tough for us to game plan, because now if it's all the same, then you're talking about either a better athlete or a fresh athlete in the game, while I'm tired in the 2nd and 3rd quarter with Murray being able to pound the ball.
Put Murray out of bounds, or Kamara rather, out of bounds on the reception, and it is enough for a first down inside the 21 on the drive that started just outside of the Saints 35. Well, Sean Payton looks like he's in midseason.
Yeah, he may be sweating because he's worried. Pete Carmichael is calling a really good game right now.
Boy, that's an astute observation. That's Jonathan Vilma. John Stinchcomb.
I'm just telling you, he was sweating a little bit because he's like, uh-oh, what do I do? How do I take him off that?
Now, the challenge flag, I believe, is for the placement, whether or not it's a first down or not. Yeah.
Okay.
Where did he go out of bounds is what Mike Zimmer is challenging, I believe.
Look, Joel, I hear that. I think Zimmer is giving his defense a break.
Minnesota is challenging that on the previous play there was offensive pass interference for blocking downfield.
Oh, that's the challenge. 7:41 left in the first quarter. So an early challenge for Mike Zimmer. He's in midseason form too, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Play in question. And was it blocking downfield before the reception?
Well, that's Jared Cook out as the wide receiver, and there's no contact before the ball is thrown, and minimal until Kamara's already got the ball in his hands.
I'm telling you guys, his defense needed a break. They got their nice little minute rest. Here we go again.
Teddy Bridgewater out of the gun, flanked on the right side by Alvin Kamara. Plenty of time with the crossing pattern. Mike Thomas. Close to another first down. Good to see number 13 out there. 8-yard gain on the crossing pattern.
There's a reason why he's the highest paid wide receiver. That guy, he just makes catch after catch. Tell you what else in front of Bridgewater was great protection, and including that rookie center that you have replacing Max Unger this year.
That's exactly where I was going with it, Stinch. He did a great job of creating a nice pocket for Teddy Bridgewater to throw into, and that's really what I was looking for. Teddy Bridgewater has had time. He's very comfortable. He's able to go through his reads, and that's because of the O-line. You guys get no love. I'm trying to give you some love.
Buddy,
right
we'll take it.
Not much available for Kamara on the second down try, so it's going to be third and a little more than a yard. Murray takes over the big back. I want to get into, finally you face somebody else, but you brought up Marcus Davenport, and he had to go up against Teron Armstead in practice every day. That's a serious challenge. We'll go over how healthy that can be. Murray, and I think he's got it, just barely. He's down to the 10. See if they put the nose with the ball. No, it's going to be short of the 10, but it will be a first down as he's tripped up by Anthony Harris.
Anthony Harris came in and saved a big play. If you watch Murray, he sees the hole. He's about to explode through it. That's a great tackle.
Good call.
Great tackle.
He thought he had a score.
Upset.
He really did. He's upset about that one.
He had a path over to the left side. The free safety in his 5th year out of Virginia made the play. They're now first and 10. Call it first and goal with the nose of the ball on the 10. And Kamara loses his footing.
No, this has been
now did he lose the football?
I think he was down. But this has been a really good series. They've been able to really, and I say they, really, Pete has been able to call everything that he's wanted to, from the short yardage situations to the running game to the passing game, play action. Let's watch Kamara here. He's down. Now ball's down.
And let's also remind everybody, Pete is Pete Carmichael.
Pete Carmichael,
who's calling,
coordinator.
who's calling the game tonight. And now
There is no foul on the play, but the ball was snapped before it was made ready.
Teddy's got a cadence to the action right now, a little rhythm going.
He has a rhythm going. He wanted to quick count them, get them, catch them off balance. Hopefully get one into the end zone. We'll see what this play is coming up.
Former first-round pick of the Vikings back in 2014. And then, unfortunately, after the second season, the injury, the knee injury, and a dramatic one for Teddy Bridgewater. But what an athlete. And also a guy that seriously still, he doesn't turn 27 until November. He's getting ready for the prime of his football life.
And turned down a number of starting jobs to come back here.
Ask Miami about it. He could have had more years and more money, but he took one for $7.5 million to stay with the Saints, as you point out, Stinch. 10th play of the drive. Kamara trying to find him with the crease. He's got it down to about the 6. Now, the center position is a focal point. And the Saints, they only had one pick in the first 100 selections in the draft. Now that they had a really good draft considering that. And that young man has looked great in camp, Eric McCoy.
And he's playing very well right now. He's getting a lot of push. And I'm looking for two things when I watch that offensive line. The surge in the run game. If they're getting off the ball, he's firing off the ball. And then I look for the protection. How much ground is he giving up at that center position? And it's not a lot. Now he has Nick Eason to the left. He's his left guard, helping him out a lot. You see the protection right there. Well, now of course, they would give up a sack as soon as we're bragging about how well the protection has been.
Yeah, and there was a hold in the secondary, I believe. At least Teddy feels the same way.
But you can tell that he is very, very comfortable at that center position. I don't see him making any calls just yet. I see Bridgewater still making the calls, setting the front, or maybe it's Nick Easton doing it, but so far athletically, he's there.
Holding. Defense. Number 29. Penalty reinforced half the distance to the goal. Automatic. First down.
And that call is on a two-time Pro Bowler on the corner, Xavier Rhodes.
Well, it's such an advantage for McCoy to come back and be a part of an offensive line that's got such veteran presence. From Tehran to Ramczyk, those guys have seen a number of games. Easton may be new to the Saints, but former starter, seen a lot of fire. You're not going to need to make that many calls. I think he called the wrong number.
Yeah, he called the wrong number.
Yeah. First and goal, Kamara, he's in.
Flag on the play, Joe.
Flag down at the line of scrimmage. Alvin got there.
It looks like it might be a holding on the offense. They threw it right in the area of Zach Line.
Holding. Offense. Number 42.
Good call.
10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
Fullback Zach Line, a lead blocker over to the left.
So you see Zach Line, he's fullback in the I position.
Just gets underneath him a little bit. I don't know.
Around the collar.
That's a tough one.
I'm not a fan of that call.
Preseason for the officials as well.
Yeah, they're definitely not in regular season. Not yet.
Not going to even make a comment on that. It'll be a mark-off back to the 13. Bridgewater dumping it off. It's Murray. Made a miss in the backfield. Good move. But then tracked down from behind as he's dropped by Eric Kendricks in his 5th year out of UCLA, the former 2nd-round pick of the Vikings.
How many defenders did he make miss just to gain the couple of yards right there? I mean, he's definitely not, if folks always think of thunder and lightning, and you've got one playmaker, another guy who's just a big heavy hammer. You see right there, he's got a little more to his game than just being.
He definitely does. You can see the explosion that he has right there.
And that's a load at 6'3", 230, moving like that.
Yes.
So now 2nd down. On the play fake, Bridgewater with Traquan Smith. And he'll be bumped out at about the 9. Anthony Barr tracking him down. Another former UCLA Bruin, the outside back, or the strong side back, of their 1st-round pick in 2014. Well, we talk about the wide receiver position, and there's a lot of question marks after Michael Thomas. You hope it's Traquan Smith, a former 3rd-round pick. It may be his time.
Well, you'd love to see development from a draft pick from the year before, but they went out and added another piece to the arsenal of an aerial attack in Jared Cook.
Big target at 6'5". Is he the target on this play? On 3rd and goal. Pocket holds up well for Teddy. The gun, and incomplete. Just a little bit behind Mike Thomas, who almost brought it in.
I tell you what, that was really, really good placement by Teddy Bridgewater. We're watching Jared Cook right here. He was open for a little bit, but I like that Teddy Bridgewater didn't throw it to him, because that wasn't going to get him a touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater is trying to put points on the board. Look at the placement right there. That could have been caught. That's a big league throw.
Well, that's Michael Thomas makes that catch 9 times out of 10. Mid-season, it's 10 out of 10. Right?
Well, he's missed some practices, and he's a little rusty. I'm joking. He's still great.
Will Lutz, first points of the preseason for the Saints is a 27-yard field goal. A guy that was incredible and set a franchise record percentage-wise, making most of his field goal. 28 of 30 last year, and a good start to this season. Powered by Raising Cane's, official chicken of your New Orleans Saints, feeding your game day party for over 20 years. And by Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience. Long drive by the Saints. Took better than 8 minutes off the clock. And an impressive start for Teddy Bridgewater. Only one miss, and it could have been brought in potentially by Michael Thomas. So 6 for 7 for Teddy. 27-yard field goal for Will Lutz, who kicks it away. And over to the far side, Amir Abdullah on the sideline across the 20, and that is about it as he's shut down at the 21. So the penalty, the mark-off on a first-and-goal situation with the Saints, that cost them. Because last year, they were exceptional on third downs and on scoring. Third in the league in scoring at 31, almost 32 points a game. And now Minnesota's going to get it for the second time. And that's going to do it for Kirk Cousins as well. Sean Mannion comes in out of Oregon State. He was with the Rams last year. Not a lot of time with the Rams last year, backing up Jared Goff, though. He was healthy.
Interestingly, the defense, the starters are still out for the Saints defense. That tells you that Dennis Allen was not pleased with the effort and giving up that touchdown. They're coming out another series right here. Let's see how they perform.
Good call. So now, after the mark-off of 5 with the flag on the kickoff, it'll be from the 26. And nothing available on the right side as they stand him up. It's Madison again. Maybe 2 for the rookie out of Boise State.
We're looking at the first team defense. We have still the safeties out there right now, John, and they're done well. Don't get me wrong, but when the team and the organization goes out and actively gets 2 safeties in the draft, that tells you they're looking for competition. They're looking for improvement at that position.
I think you probably see with Gardner Johnson his versatility, his ability to cover the slot and add to special teams. He just made that tackle on the kickoff.
Madison again trying it outside his tackle and guard on the left side. He's brought down after a gain of about 3. So now a third down, an area of concentration in camp. Get off the field. Make sure you don't give up too many third down plays.
And speaking of those safeties, they're asked to do so much. I mean,
they are.
Not only coverage, but you're playing down in the run game. You've got to be a factor.
Yeah, it goes back to your pass rush too, guys, as we've talked about it. And they were 29th against the pass last year, as good as they were against the run.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm looking at Marcus Davenport right now. I want to see if he has a pass rush developing, because it gets technical now. They get off the field on third down. But when we talk about has he developed a pass rush game, we're talking about his hand placement. We're talking about does he know how to stiff arm, does he know how to use his leverage and then use his speed. These are things that we're looking for when we're talking about a person that can generate a pass rush. Right there was good pressure by Demario Davis. We talked about him blitzing a lot with the Jets in his Jets days. I'm glad that we're starting to blitz him more in his Saints days.
That's definitely part of his arsenal. And when you talk about Davenport, I mean, he's athletic. He's got God-given ability.
Yes, very gifted.
And is strong. I mean, you talk about a bull rush, and he's got that. What's his move that he can add to that arsenal that tackles are afraid of?
Yes.
Bad Wild sends out a beauty. It's Deontay Harris bringing it back. He's got a lane over the left side. The young man from Assumption with a flag down on the play with a good return for the Saints. A little guy, 5'6", 170. Let's see what the flag is all about.
Looks like it's going to be holding on the Saints.
But you watch Harris, he was able to change gears. He had one of the gunners in his face unblocked and was able to kind of shift gears right in front of him.
Yeah, you
gain space.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 48. Penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal from the end of the kick. First down, timeout.
So that'll bring back a successful return by Harris. But the Saints, well, they forced a 3 and out. They've got it back offensively late in the first quarter at the Dome in a 7-3 lead for Minnesota. Welcome back to the Dome once again. Joel Myers, John Stinchcomb, Jonathan Vilma. Saints get it back deep in their own territory. And now you see Marshall Newhouse, a vet out of TCU in his 10th year. Will Clapp, Ulrich John, Michael Ola. Multiple substitutions and changes on the offensive line for Teddy Bridgewater and the Saints. Jimmy Cobbs, in fact, lines up. He's up top, your screen, with Traquan Smith. And rolling it over to that side. Traquan drops it. Second year out of Central Florida. Last year, the rookie, his 3rd-round pick of the Saints, had 28 catches in his first year. Tried to run before he had it that time.
Yeah, those plays are particularly unnerving for offensive coordinators because it's the equivalent of a run play.
Right.
It was a designed quick pass for 3-4 yards, so just get it out there and get some space. Now put you on a 2nd and long back in your own end zone. It's tough.
Murray the single as the tight end Josh Hill sets up on that side. Murray bouncing outside and finally down outside of the 12-yard line for a gain of about 5, almost 6.
Strong run by Murray right there. I like that Murray, he hit the hole, no dancing, no tiptoeing. He sees the hole. It's designed for 5 yards. He's not looking to try to hit a home run. He goes, he's stiff-arming guys. Man, that's a tough, tough run right there.
I think that's what you're looking for in NFL backs. I mean, it's not always the flashy, splashy plays. It's you just got 6-7 yards off of nothing. You know what I mean? What could have been a 3-yard run, you turned into a 7 or 8 and changed the sticks a little bit.
Well, can they move the chains? Or will they even get the snap off in time? On 3rd and 4, Bridgewater on the high snap out of the gun. Ton of time. And in the flat, Murray, will he get there? I believe so.
He got there.
He got there.
Let's give credit to the offensive line. Great, great protection for Bridgewater right there.
So the Saints trailing by 4 with the ball at the end of the first quarter, but you have to like what you see. You brought up the O-line and especially Teddy Bridgewater. Start of the second quarter. You see the numbers, guys, at the end of the first 15 minutes of play. And nice balance as well from the Saints. And most of it from Latavius Murray. We saw Kamara a little bit in the flat. But Murray has had some moments early in this game.
I like the balance. I would like to see more rush yards, only because it's the first preseason game. You want your offensive line to fire off and establish that tone. We know that we're going to get the pass yards, right, John? So getting that run game going is what would excite me more.
Dwayne Washington in the backfield for the first time. Straight and deep drop on the comeback route. Close to another first down. Great grab. That time, Traquan Smith got the hands out and in front.
Yes, Traquan Smith made up for that previous drop pass.
Well, another great ball by Teddy Bridgewater. Seems super comfortable. It's his second year in the system, and
kudos to Simi Cobb for coming back to that ball as well. That was really, really good defense. Good catch right there.
It's a first down for the Saints at the 30. And Washington's first carry, bouncing off a man at the line of scrimmage. He's got 11. Dwayne Washington in his 4th year from Washington, and with more on the tailbacks, let's head down to Megan Payton. Megan?
I asked Alvin Kamara before the game what it's like not having his sidekick, Mark Ingram, with him. He said he made sure to talk to him last night before the game. He did tell me, however, it's too early to say who's going to be his new guy to do those post-game videos with.
Well, I just want to know, am I going to get videos from the locker room with the chopper? On first down.
You sure you don't want to be in the locker room doing the chopper?
Yeah. That would be. That would.
I would pay to see that.
I
Joe.
know. And it would not be available for the general public. It's a gain of about 3. Unfortunately, one of the Saints
Looks
is
like
down.
Ulrich John is down.
Big guy at 6'6", 310 in his 6th year out of Georgia State. You just brought up the great protection all these substitutes on the offensive line have done.
Yes.
As we return to the Dome. Tonight's Saints game is brought to you in part by Rouse's, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And by Cox. Watch together, cheer together, celebrate together. Cox, proud partner of the New Orleans Saints. Good news, Ulrich John went into the tent, popped out of the tent right away, but unfortunately now headed back to the locker room. Here's a guy that really, an opportunity, and you feel for him. Omama has taken over, Patrick Omama, at the guard spot for the Saints on the right side. Crossing, and the little slant works.
Nice pass.
It's another first down. Simi Cobbs Jr. in his 2nd season out of Indiana with the grab. Gain of 11.
You talk about Teddy Bridgewater. I like the sharp cut. Boom, he gets underneath the defender. But you talk about a bullet by Teddy Bridgewater. Frankly, I didn't think he had that in him. I mean, I know he's accurate, but that was a laser that he just threw.
He's looked good.
Very comfortable in the pocket right now. Getting a lot of protection. Has a lot of time to make the reads.
Drive started at the Saints 7. It's a first down at the 44 and almost taken away. Bridgewater holds on. And what a great job by Bridgewater. It looked like it was going to be spiked away by Odegnigbo.
Yeah, it looks like there would be a holding down at the bottom. Holding by the defender down at the bottom.
Boy, what a job by Teddy Bridgewater just to hold on to this ball. defensive ends are taught to reach around and strap, sack strip right there. For him to have the hand strength to hold on to it's impressive.
Holding, defense, number 34. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
They called it on Duke Thomas to the defensive back in his second season out of Texas. So an automatic first down on the defensive holding call. But man, the strength of Bridgewater, as you said, that guy's trying to spike the ball away.
Yeah, he held on to Traquan right there. It was a double move. And you know what? Good thing he held on to it. That was a touchdown.
Josh Hill in motion to the left side, same side as Washington, and a nice run by Dwayne. Now the offensive line is doing a good job on you talked about the pass protection because Teddy Bridgewater a couple of times held it a long time to finally get there, and boy, there's some serious competition behind one of the best offensive lines in the NFL now. The Saints are set.
Yes, and you're talking about your backups, right? Because that starting line is set. You've got two of the best tackles and guards in the business, and just drafted a center to be your replacement for Max Unger. I think it's going to be tight numbers-wise to see how many you keep, just depending on you've got so many secondary players. That's when it becomes the quote-unquote numbers game.
Yeah, how many would you keep? Just looking at how good and deep and possibly versatile a lot of these offensive linemen are, how many would you keep?
Well, in an ideal world, I mean, you'd want to keep 9, but I think you're going to be strapped to do that. There's so many other position groups that can play in special teams.
Holding. Defense, number 91. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
I just don't know you'll have that luxury of keeping 9 on the roster. If you can hide away a couple of the younger guys on practice squad, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But I think with as deep as this roster is at 90, more realistic number is to keep 8 on the offensive line.
And then we saw Clapp and Tom last year. The versatility they displayed, whether it was center or guard position for the Saints. It'll be first down from the 30 after the mark-off. And the call on Weatherly. Ton of time for Teddy. Now in trouble and on his way down. The sack back at the 39. First sack for the Vikings.
That time, Teddy got too greedy. He wanted to get downfield. He had his check down open on the left.
Defensive hold. The foul is on number 51. 5-1.
Well, here's a good look at the pocket. It starts out well. I mean, you've got everybody blocked up.
And on his left side, he had Darren Smith open on the left side, but he wanted all. He started getting a little greedy. And his guys were getting open, but the sack was getting out.
Loss of 9. Now out of the gun. The dump off on the screen with a flag and maybe a hold that came from the referee. So another loss for the Saints, back to the 40, set back up a couple of yards.
Looks like it's Newhouse again. Not a great series for him starting out. He got bailed out with the defensive holding call.
Yeah.
Now he had to hold it. He was beaten underneath, and much rather get a holding call than a hit on your quarterback.
Yeah, decline it.
Holding.
They will.
Offense number 70. That penalty is declined. Third down.
So that's called on Michael Ola with the latest on Ulrich John and the injury situation. Let's head down to Megan Payton. Megan.
Quick update on offensive tackle Ulrich John. I talked to Saints staff. They said that he turned his ankle. It's questionable whether he will be back in this game, but for now they are keeping him in the locker room.
All right, thank you, Megan. Retape.
Yeah, and I know Ulrich John wants to get back down here and play. And we talk about getting the film.
New Orleans.
So now the Saints are looking at a 3rd and forever, but at the same time, a few yards and you're in Lutz territory for a field goal try. So the Saints use their first time out. We'll do the same as we continue from the dome in a Minnesota lead by 4. Some of the spots that may be up for grabs, not many on the offensive line, and especially to the center position in particular, guys, because 48th overall to your far right, Eric McCoy.
Yeah.
He's looked good in camp, hasn't he?
Well, I think he's the man to beat for the starting role. You can even throw in Will Clapp in that discussion for the backup role. And Nick Eason is showing his versatility, but I think all 3 guys are versatile in Clapp and Tom as well as Eason.
Good move by Dwayne Washington, and now field goal territory.
You know, I like that play call.
Or check that it was Jacquez Rogers.
Jaquez, I like that play call because you get just enough space for Will Lutz to kick a field goal, test his range, see how he's feeling right now, as opposed to trying to go for the home run and then you're forced to punt the ball.
That was the 12th play of the drive. The Saints have had the ball on their true drives now better than 14 minutes. So they have really chewed up the clock now, and they've had to settle for one field goal. Will they get another 52-yard attempt from Will Lutz? He had a long of 54 last season when he was 28 of 30 and spoiled all of us. It's on its way, and it continues.
Nice, automatic.
Good money.
You know, and offensively, you look at the positive, right, Stinch, and you say, we put together 12 plays. It's good. We got a lot of reps in there, but you almost feel left unsatisfied. You want to get the touchdown. You want those 6 points, right? That's what's really kind of tops it off, right? That's almost your dessert.
Yep.
And to see 2 long double-digit drive plays but no points, I know Sean Payton's going to harp on that at halftime and then at the end of the game.
Well, today's game, you can't leave points on the table,
right.
and you did. You got bailed out with a defensive holding penalty, but now you get a chance to look at this schedule. It's not a sweetheart schedule.
No, it's not at all.
Challenges.
And you talk about points, and especially if they come at a premium, you're going to need to put those touchdowns on the board because, God forbid, if Atlanta gets hot or Carolina gets hot in the division and you kind of lose a couple of these games because of field goals as opposed to touchdowns, you know, all of a sudden it's not a 13-3 season, right? We're talking about maybe 11-5, 10-6.
Saints will kick it away now, down by 1. After the 52-yard field goal, Lutz about 3 yards into the end zone. Abdullah will bring it out. With a lean over to the right side. And he's down in a hurry. Short of the 25 and the 24. And it was Johnson on the special teams coverage. So he's not playing, but that doesn't mean he's not involved as Drew Brees looking at the tablet right now.
And, you know, there's nothing that you can do when you're not playing, but the best thing you can try to do is help the young guys, help Teddy Bridgewater, get those mental reps because it's not only helping Drew Brees. We know how awesome he is. He's first ballot Hall of Famer, but for him to pay it forward, so to speak, and help out Teddy Bridgewater because we see how good Teddy Bridgewater can be.
Mannion on the play fake with time and a flag down, and so is Madison on the grab. The rookie out of Boise State. Gain of about 8, but let's see if it's a hold in the backfield.
Holding, offense, number 69. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
It's for Rashad Hill out of Southern Miss in his 4th year.
Well, before the game, JV, you were talking about where can pass rush originate. That's Davenport getting double teamed out of the picture. Trey Hendrickson is a guy that potentially could be that 3rd rotational defensive end. And Mario Edwards Jr. on the inside is a seasoned vet who might be able to provide a little pass rush from the interior until Sheldon Rankins comes back.
And what you said is the best thing that could happen to Marcus Davenport. If he's getting double teamed, as he loses the contain right here, Madison gets around the corner. But if Marcus Davenport's getting double teamed, that means that everyone else is getting single block. And all we ask is that you beat your one-on-one blocks, right? That's all we ask.
Let me tell you.
So he's doing his job if he's getting
back
double
out there.
Yes.
He's not getting double teamed.
Well, yeah, we know.
It's preseason, guys. Let's not get too cold out there.
We're ready. We are ready for the season.
And by the way, that was Caden Ellis who came up. The 7th round pick who's also had a solid camp so far. Mannion, the middle screen and to a tight end or a wide receiver no less, but a tight end Conklin instead, and a big gain as he's hit from behind and dropped inside the 45 by Trey Hendrickson. That's a gain of 34, so the deception paid off.
They've been working this play with the inside zone, the stretch weak. That's a great play, a bailout, and then you have the 2 offensive linemen downfield taking off the blockers. You know what? That's actually a really good play right there. He takes on the blocker. That's Chris Banjo taking on the blocker and tripping up the tight end for the stop.
Their 5th round pick Conklin out of Central Michigan last year on the carry. Good yardage on first down inside the 46. Abdullah on the carry.
You know, I'm interested as I look out in that secondary. We've been talking about the secondary. I'm interested to see how long does Eli Apple continue to play out there. You see Chris Banjo there, and then also, how long does Von Bell play out there, right? And that kind of lets you know. You see Aaron Glenn, he's the secondaries coach. He was actually a phenomenal player when he played. I remember him playing. But that lets you know kind of, okay, this is what we think of you right now, Von Bell. You are our starter, and you are a good player, but you're out there right now for a reason. We need to evaluate how good you are.
2nd and 7, deep drop for Mannion this time. And on the out of the comeback, it's complete. And another first down. It's B.C. Johnson, the rookie out of Colorado State, a 7th-round pick of Minnesota.
Well, it happens.
17.
It happens right in front of P.J. Williams, who, quite honestly, turned it up the second half of the season last year. I think he found a home on the interior. Now he's playing cornerback, probably primarily in preseason, but slips down and has to recover. But a guy that last year, when he found his role as an interior guy, as a nickel cover corner, had really stepped up his game.
This drive started back on the 24.
Speaking back about P.J. Williams and being on the inside, usually when you're on the inside, you're pressed up in man coverage. When you're in that pressed man coverage, it's a lot easier to get your hands, use your hips, drive when they drive. So you see the corners right here and the roster. You know, it's actually pretty deep. It's pretty deep.
And I want to see how Patrick Robinson responds.
That's who I'm waiting for. Yes, I'm waiting to see Patrick Robinson. He's the wily old vet, so to speak. I want to see how he performs when he comes out and plays. But going back to P.J. Williams, it's a little different when you're off, right? Playing that off man and having to react.
On the play fake, a lot of time for Mannion off the fingertips of Madison. As he spun around and dropped down by Robertson. Craig did a good job for the Saints last year in a reserve role in his 7th season, 4th with the Saints out of North Texas.
So we have a 3rd down, obvious passing down. We'll see what happens. They purposely brought back in Marcus Davenport for this play. I saw him trot onto the field. Let's see how he performs.
And then you look at the last play, and part of the protection and the reason why you're not able to get to the quarterback in time is because you've set it up with some run plays. You've been effective in the run game. It slows down that pass rush, where here is an obvious pass situation.
Right. Yeah. Down at the bottom is Patrick Robinson, one-on-one.
And falling down, touchdown, Minnesota.
Got beat on the double move. Yeah, he got beat on the double move.
Patrick Robinson.
Yeah, he got beat on the double move. They actually moved P.J. Williams inside. He did very well in press man coverage. But you'll see here, off man versus double move is very tough if you get your eyes locked into the backfield. You see how he took a peek at the quarterback in the backfield? That's what got him beat right there.
Just that quick, right? Your eyes come back up, and all of a sudden you see.
And it's too late.
Yep.
It's too late.
The receiver's right beside you, getting past you.
Yes. That off man, it takes a lot of discipline to stay locked on to the hips of that wide receiver, drive only when he's ready to go.
In for the point after Dan Bailey. So it's an 18-yard touchdown pass to Johnson. And a long drive, and a successful one for the Minnesota Vikings, victimizing the same secondary. Vikings by 8 with 6:07 to play in the half. Up on the sideline, we know he's going to take over for Teddy Bridgewater. We thought it'd be a half and a half, but Taysom Hill looks like he might be coming in now with 6:07 to play, and the Saints getting the ball back. And welcome back once again.
That definitely looks like someone who is ready to not only play quarterback, he's ready to play tight end, running back, cover kicks.
Where's the big, and the big
look at his chin strap, and he's saying he's ready to play.
Back deep for the Saints. Deontay Harris, a couple of yards into the end zone, they'll bring it out. Man, there's the speed. Beautiful move over to the right side. And everybody says, you know, he's a little bit smaller than Tommy at 5'6", but he's quicker than Tommy Lee Lewis, who left in free agency.
It definitely looks like he's got that gear.
Yes.
You know, you can always see from up here, especially guys that got a little juice to him. And twice now you've seen that he can turn it up.
Yeah, he showed us a flash on that punt return. It got called back, but we were amazed up here, like, whoa, okay, he's got some juice.
He's got that gear.
Yes.
So Taysom Hill on the sideline, but he is involved. Put it that way.
Yeah, he's always involved. Right? When is he not involved?
Right. Teddy Bridgewater back in at quarterback. Washington on the carry and ran up the back of his own blocker. It's 2, maybe 3 at the most. Weatherly in on the hit. So Taysom Hill averaged 12 snaps a game last season. It'll be interesting to see how many touches he gets this year.
Returning kicks, stiff arming defenders, blocking punts. as a quarterback.
Oh, man, I don't think you're going to see all that in preseason.
Well, and our friend Jeff Duncan this morning in The Athletic had a great comment on Taysom Hill and comparing what he can bring like Steve Young did with the 49ers because of his athleticism. On the play fake, Bridgewater, great pocket protection, and it'll be incomplete.
Great protection. Let's give credit to Minnesota's secondary. That was great coverage. It would have been a coverage sack had they gotten a sack.
Well, that was a shot play, right? I mean, you lead the tight end in protection, trying to take a shot. You've got your running back kind of cleaning up, and then he's a late release valve. But really, that was a shot. They were looking to go deep, and it just didn't materialize.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Always good to see Mike Stanfield here at the Superdome. It's football season. Couldn't get here soon enough for all of us. So now 3rd and just about 8. Here comes the blitz, and Bridgewater's down. Well timed.
Yeah, that time the offensive line didn't handle the defensive tackle stunt game. Nothing major. We call that a text. It's a tackle, and you'll see up here number 50 is going to go up and out. 92 wraps around number 40, and he's in for the clean
Now,
sack.
JV, let me tell you something. You had 2 linebackers in the A gaps. That's in between the guard and the center, both sides of them. What they did is they wrapped the defensive tackle around those linebackers, which means we're trading with the running back. That's not easy to do. Very rarely.
You're making excuses for the offensive line. Is that what we're talking about right now?
I just want you to understand football. And I don't think that you have a good appreciation for the difficulty of that very blitz.
I don't want to have that appreciation. I see sacks. That's what I see, baby.
J.T. Gray on the punt coverage. Another good one. Great hang time by Thomas Morstead, who led the NFL in net average last year. Now, don't forget everything, all that you want to know about the Saints. You've got it. All you have to do is download the Final Play app. It's news, videos, Deuce McAllister's inside look at things. So keep up with the Saints. Final Play app. Download it today. So 3 and out for Saints. Madison, maybe a yard the most, trying the right side as we wind our way down to the end of the first half. Mario Edwards Jr. in there with Sylvester Williams on the hit. So not much available in the run game, but they have, let's face it, there's only 2 out of the 3 series. The Minnesota Vikings have touchdowns and long drive touchdowns. Their last one, 7 for 76 yards, 7 snaps. Didn't even take 4 minutes off the clock.
Well, Joe, that goes back to what John Stinchcomb was talking about, where points are at a premium. 2 good drives by the Saints, led to field goals, only 6 points on the board. 2 good drives by the Vikings, touchdowns. So it's a 14-6 game, but you look at it and say, the Vikings really haven't outplayed the Saints.
Right.
And frankly, the Saints haven't really outplayed the Vikings either, yet the score says otherwise.
Right. And by the way, that catch was made by brother Martin's Irv Smith Jr., the rookie out of Alabama, 2nd-round pick. So what a thrill for him to come into the dome and make a grab.
That is great. And you know what? Side note, it's Irv Smith's birthday today.
You got it. We'll trade birthdays with him anytime, won't we? Years at least. 3rd and a couple, and it's going to be a first down. So the drive is alive. It started at their own 31. It's out to the 43 on the run by Alexander Madison. So they like what they see from Madison, and also they need a backup quarterback, and Sean Mannion has looked effective.
Yeah, and Madison is running well. I'm watching the surge that the offensive line for Minnesota is getting right now on the New Orleans Saints defensive line. That worries me, because if there's no depth along the defensive line, and we were talking about how there should be a lot of depth along that defensive line, yet they're not performing to that level right now.
Right, and primarily interior. Our concern, our focus was more on rushing the passer.
Right.
Mainly because last year it was such an effective run-stopping defense.
Well, you don't want to end up with 2 issues. That you can't stop the run and you can't rush the passer.
Beagle, Ellis.
Yeah,
they had that covered. And Ellis had one of the first practices of his professional career. Ellis had an interception on a tip. So now it's going to be 2nd and 10. Still 2 timeouts on the board for Minnesota. They lost 1 timeout to a challenge. You joined us a little bit late. They're up by 8. Mannion out of the gun, inside give, and a quick one, and a big one. And taking it down is Abdullah. Abdullah, will he get caught from behind? Yes, at about the 15-yard line.
That was it.
Gardner Johnson, the rookie out of Florida for the Saints. The 4th-round pick finally caught him.
Wow, you have a draw, and Craig Robertson gets into the backfield virtually untouched. Not something that you can miss. When you miss it, you create nothing but space, and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson tracks him down later. But those kind of big plays, when you have an unblocked linebacker in the middle of it, it's so frustrating.
We have reached the 2-minute warning in New Orleans as Minnesota looks for their 3rd score of the game. Now once again in New Orleans, Joel Myers along with Jonathan Noma, John Stinchcomb, and a new offensive advisor. And it's been pretty effective in the first half. And that is a Super Bowl champion head coach, Gary Kubiak. Many years with the Houston Texans as well, and not a bad quarterback in his own right when he was playing. So Gary Kubiak. Now Kevin Stefanski is the offensive coordinator, but they're calling Gary an offensive advisor. It's working so far in the first preseason game. On 1st and 10, it's Abdullah making a miss, and a flag down on the plays. He's down just short of the first down after a gain of 9. But they've mixed things up effectively, regardless of who's calling the plays.
Yeah, and I've noticed the running
Holding.
style.
Offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
That's the rookie Irv Smith Jr. from Brother Martin High School.
I've noticed the running style has mimicked a lot of Gary Kubiak's previous teams, especially when he was with the Texans. The way that they had the flow from the offensive line, then you have these jump cutters as running backs that are able to make one cut, jump to the outside if necessary, and then get downhill. Very, very similar and very, very effective.
Zone blocking, Stinch.
It's that outside zone where you press, and put your foot in the ground and make one cut. Now, what you don't see from the old days is the cutting on the backside of the D-line.
On 1st and 20, Mannion poked away and almost picked as Robertson comes up big. The backer. They're trying to get it to Irv Smith Jr.
Well, he plays with energy, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. And that closing speed I just saw right there. You can see why he's been a force on the special teams. In and out of the starting lineup, always a good player. Tremendous play right there.
Great motor.
Yes.
No question about that. Now 2nd and 20 from the 25 of this drive that started for the Vikings back at their own 31. So still a minute 50 on the clock and 2 timeouts on the board for Minnesota. Dennis Allen's defense going to stop. Inside the lane and on the ground, Abdullah. And it's ripped away, but they're going to say he was already down and holding on to the football, but he lost it on his own.
Yeah, he just lost it.
Yeah, it was ripped away at the end of the play by Vince Beagle.
He's trying to shift arms, shift the ball into the other arm, and when he did, he caused his own fumble.
Yeah, let's see if. Yeah, let's see, and they want to see the replay like we do.
I don't know.
And you know what?
I don't think he ever controlled it again.
I think Beagle takes it away. I think it's a loose football.
That's a turnover in my mind.
Yeah, here comes the challenge. Now it's inside of 2 minutes, right? Inside of 2 minutes, so he doesn't have to. So they'll review it upstairs.
The previous play is under further review.
Yeah, I got a feeling the Saints are going to get it back, and we'll get to see a 2-minute drill for the Saints offense.
That'll be great practice for Teddy Bridgewater if he's still going to be in the game. That'll be great work for him to get a live 2-minute drill against another opponent. But this is the ball is dropped, and as it goes down, you can see he never fully controls it again. Vince Beagle goes and rips that ball out. That is Saints football.
That's the way I see it. I don't think Amir ever re-controls the ball. Never.
No.
That's Beagle's ball. And like you say, this is situational football. What great reps for the offense to get back out there. You got a minute 46. These are the situations you do in practice every week, and now you get some live reps against a different opponent.
Yeah, and don't forget Beagle showed up on film last year once they picked him up, the former draft choice, and Beagle was a 4th-round pick of the Packers before coming over the Saints. The guy, he's young. He's only in his 3rd year out of Wisconsin.
And he's active. You can tell he's always around the ball. somehow if he's not making the play, he's close to making the play. That's what you want to see, especially in the preseason. It's not a lot of play calling, Stinch. You know that. We just go out there, it's basic, and it's really about the players playing fast. Can they make plays on the football? Can they execute the assignment?
Right, and on the holding call a couple plays earlier, that was Beagle playing the defensive end outside edge position. So trying to see his versatility. He's, you know, a guy that they've tried to see as a pass rusher. Could he steal a couple reps and, you know, get after the passer from the edge position? So
hey, a big thing for Vince is being able to play on special teams. He's going to have to contribute.
After review, there was a fumble on the play recovered by New Orleans. It'll be first down until it's 22.
Good job.
New Orleans will not be charged a timeout. They will not be charged with timeouts. They still have 2.
Well, nor should they be. It was a booth review.
Right.
Yeah. They're definitely in preseason form right now, the referees.
Well, you brought up something. It's got to be a point of emphasis. The Saints have had decent field position, and they've had to settle for 3. And don't forget about what happened in the NFC Championship game on the first 2 possessions. Saints had to settle for 2 field goals, so instead of 14 points, they ended up with 6. First 2 possessions. Now, out of the gun, Teddy Bridgewater going deep. And on the jump ball, it's a grab. The completion. A good one for Cyril Grayson Jr. out of LSU.
You know what I like about that play? It was decisive. It was aggressive. It puts his foot in the ground, lets it go. You get the penalty for hitting the quarterback low. But I like, look at the ball placement. I like there. It's only completion or incomplete. There's not going to be a play on the ball by the defender.
Yeah, and then a personal foul to tag on at the end of the play.
And Cyril Grayson's a guy who can stretch the field.
Yes,
I mean, he's got some go to him. I think the question with him is his route running and catch ability, and he showed right there that he can make a play on the ball.
Yeah, and you talk about a change of events. We had Minnesota about to go in for another score, up 14-6. Amir Abdullah fumbles the football. Vince Beagle makes a great play and snatching it away from him. Untouched. Snatching away from him. Now you're talking about almost a 50-yard change right now for now the Saints getting ready to either kick a field goal or score right before the half.
Position.
You know, in another sport, they'd call that an unforced error.
Oof.
And then Abdullah put it on the ground. Nobody touched him.
In that sport, they relegate him to the minors.
32 yards on the completion. Mark on the penalty. And it's down to the 32. Underneath, Dan Arnold makes a nice move. Yards after the catch. They tried to rip it away.
Almost got it.
You got it. Yeah, the strength that these guys possess.
Yes.
Especially when holding on to the football.
But here's the best thing. As we talked about, this is how 2-minute drills are practiced. So right now, this is normal for Teddy Bridgewater. They've been practicing this for 11 practices now. And he knows exactly where he wants to go with football. Either a bad route or a bad throw on that play.
Miscommunication.
But the miscommunication was there, but I like that they're playing with tempo and everybody is ready to go. They understand that this is nothing more than an extension of practice.
And same not only for the players, but the coaches.
Yep.
Recognize you got 73 seconds left before half. You're checking out how many timeouts you have and what your options are to execute and end up with 7 points.
T. Carmichael, he's been calling a great game so far.
Now they need a yard. Washington gets the yard and then some.
Well, he gets behind his passes.
Actually, it is Rogers, Jaquiz Rogers, who's got it. You know, they've moved numbers around on us. A lot of numbers. Washington's 27 tonight. 37 is Rogers. And quickly going with the clock running. Teddy. And almost picked off. Almost picked off. Looking for Carr.
Well, watch Teddy Bridgewater here. When he pumps the ball, it's not because he's trying to change the defense. What he's trying to do is he's trying to get it to his running back. He didn't have his head around, so he wasn't going to throw an incomplete pass.
Right.
He checks it, then he goes to another option down the middle of the field.
And I almost wanted to say that was a bad ball, but he placed it very well. That's just a really, really good play on the ball by the defender.
Yeah, Smith almost came up with it in his 4th year out of Fresno State. 2nd and 10. 50 seconds left and a couple of timeouts on the board. Underneath, it's Arnold. Does he get there? Yes! Touchdown Saints.
That
wanted that one, didn't he? Extended to get it.
I tell you, that is the way Stinch going to execute a 2-minute drill.
That's it.
That was almost textbook. You're talking about, what, 1 or 2 incompletions. You had big chunk plays in there. You had run plays. You convert. I mean, everything about that 2-minute drill was great.
Now 2 minutes. You talk about a 2-minute drill. How about a 2-point conversion?
I like it. That's the way to reach out and get that touchdown. He wanted it right there.
He didn't want some fullback to steal his touchdown.
Yeah, well,
still that thunder right there.
When you're 6'6". Thank you. Yeah, you can afford to do that when you're 6'6". Now coming into the game for the 2-point conversion try, Rishard Matthews, former 7th round pick of Miami. But that's a big moment. Let's face it, for Dan Arnold, who's fighting to be one of the 3 tight ends.
Now, John, tell me, how excited should Saints fans feel right now about Teddy Bridgewater, the way he's playing, his accuracy? Does he have a future here?
Well, obviously, I think this first half, I don't know why that's under review.
That's definitely a touchdown.
Clear, right?
I don't know why they're reviewing.
They want to see if his knee is down. Well, what a great job, though, and the presence to stretch the way he did.
But I think it speaks to the whole 90. You know, look at the depth that's available on this team. There's very few starting positions that are up for grabs, and really there are some twos that you're not going to see week to week. Teddy Bridgewater being one of them that could go to another team and start instantly.
Yeah. It's impressive to see not only Teddy Bridgewater, but as you mentioned, the depth on this team, on the offensive side in particular. That's going to bode well during the season because you need that depth. Guys are going to get hurt. People are going to get injured. People are going to be in and out of the lineup. And you need to have the confidence to put in the backup and know that you can call all your plays and you won't miss a beat. Now, obviously, Drew Brees gets hurt. It's a different animal.
That's a cuss word. I can't believe you even throw that.
Now, they had to travel a good distance, but as they'll make the call on the field first.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Don't forget, it's points off a takeaway. It's off a turnover.
Right. They can thank Vince Spiegel.
Right, it's 14-6, and it looks like it's going to be even uglier before the break.
Vince Spiegel, it was a really great effort play because there was no control of that football.
Right.
And I'm glad that he forced the issue, made the refs call it, became Saints ball, and then a touchdown.
And intimidated him with his eyes into fumbling it in the first place.
That's what it was.
Look at this formation, guys. This is an interesting one, going for 2. And on the rollout, right through the hands of Rodgers.
You talk about a new addition to the roster. You're trying to find that spot as a running back. Those are those are the balls that you want back, right?
Yeah, and
you don't get a second chance at it.
Every Saints touchdown during the preseason, it's sponsored by Ochsner Health System, innovating healthcare. Dan Arnold, 18 yards, and you run it up. Come on, 6 plays, 79 yards. That's a 2-minute drill to perfection.
That really was. Could have capped it off with that 2-point conversion. Jacquizz Rodgers with the butter hands there, butterfingers.
He looked like a defender. He channeled his inner Vilma.
Don't start that.
He channeled his inner Vilma. Did you see that?
You're right next to me, and you're just going to sit here and disrespect me right next to me. Are you serious, John?
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else when I did it.
By the way, Stinch, I thought he was going to clothesline me. I'm glad you said that. Johnson, B.C. Johnson, who's got the touchdown grab, is waiting in the end zone, and he's going to stay right there, even though it was only a yard in. So the Vikings will have it at their own 25. Juan Kincaid in the studio. We'll send it back to the studio at the break. 44 seconds left in the half, and we'll look at all the big plays. Pat Swilling's going to break it down for us in the studio. And they're going to answer some of your questions as well.
You got to say the great Pat Swilling. He was a hell of a linebacker for the Saints.
Amazing linebacker.
Very, very good. Very good.
Pat had some wheels, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Extremely athletic. Yes,
he could get there.
He was really good.
So now from the 25. Out of the gun, Mannion. Underneath. Good coverage real quickly on that play. As Caden Ellis wrapped up Irv Smith Jr. Don't patrol, right?
I'm sure there was a lot of folks in Louisiana who had that poster on their wall at the Dome Patrol.
Man.
Man, that was a good look.
Sam Mills, Ricky Jackson, and Vince Vaughn, right?
Yes.
Man, that was.
And you know, I saw it on Twitter this morning.
I don't know about Vince
Dome Patrol.
Yeah, that poster that you're talking about.
And there goes Ricky Jackson, man. They were. You talk about dominant. They were dominant back when dominant wasn't even being used as a word. They were good.
And by the way, guys, and it's well deserved, Pat Swilling's going to be inducted into the Greater New Orleans Sports Hall of Fame tomorrow night.
Well deserved.
You said it.
Yes.
Congratulations, Pat. Now 2nd and 3 from the 32.
And speaking of defense, this is a great time now for the Saints to get on to their 2-minute defense and see how they execute that, right?
Yeah, and Robertson saved, made them. Are they going to use the timeout? Yes. Otherwise, he gets to the sideline. Great play by Craig Robertson to force them into that timeout.
And it's those little plays that, it's not really noticeable to the fans, but us as players, we understand how valuable that is. The coaches understand how valuable that is. So when people say, okay, he just made a tackle, no, it's more than just a tackle. It's forcing them to use a timeout. And now they have to change their play calling if they want to get a touchdown down the field.
Yeah, with 34 seconds left, you take away their timeout. I'll tell you what else it does. It gives you an opportunity to evaluate some of your pass rushers a little bit further down on your depth chart.
That's correct.
And it also forces Minnesota to use their final timeout. As you see our broadcast position, we are really spoiled here at the Dome.
Yes.
We're not in just a suite where it's like a double suite.
We are so buttoned up here in our, in our polo shirts.
I love it. Now on 1st down, they pick up the blitz, and it's batted down at the line.
I couldn't see who batted the ball down, but that's almost as good as getting a takeaway.
I think it might have been Mario Edwards in the middle who's shown up a couple times. Tell you what,
nice play, getting your hand up right there.
If you can't get to the quarterback, what do you do?
Get your hands up.
And time it. Read his eyes, too.
It looked like the receiver was coming open behind there, too. So that was a very good play.
2nd-round pick of the Raiders back in 2015, Mario Edwards Jr. Now in his 5th year out of Florida State with a big play. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Mannion out of the gun. Too much time for the quarterback. And a 1st down. But they're out of timeout.
Right. And I was going to say, Joel, you see those plays, defenses will take that all day. Look how much time that's taking off the clock. Now they're down to what? 15 seconds. 50 yards to go for a touchdown, or another 15 or so yards to go for field goal range. So we'll take that check down all day long.
Well, and also remember, their place kicker had real problems beyond the 40 last year. Dan Bailey outside of the 40.
4 for 9, correct?
4 for 9.
Yes.
So you force them into a situation because they're going to try to get something to the sideline. If not, they're looking at a seriously long field goal.
They won't be able to get a playoff if they complete it inbounds with 15 seconds left.
Can't get the unit on the field.
They won't get the unit on the field. They won't have time. So now, as a defensive coordinator, you alert your cornerbacks, you alert your safeties. You're going to play. You would like them to play outside in, force everything. Unlike that play, force everything inbounds.
Irv Smith Jr.
We got a flag down.
Right, but an auspicious debut, just the same for the rookie from Alabama. On his birthday, his first professional game comes in his hometown, the Brother Martin product. Pretty good story.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Now we don't want
Alabama.
We don't want him coming back in here for a playoff game.
He went to Bama. We'll remind you of that.
Everyone knows that, Joel. Let's keep it moving.
You really like Bama, don't you, John?
Not a fan.
Oh, I thought that was one of your favorite schools. Your big brother, right?
Ooh, wow. We're just getting that on air.
Just a little payback for the Butterfingers remark that you had. That's all. Just a little payback.
You realize you're in LSU country here, right?
It's okay. I never played them. It's okay.
That's why I emphasize Bama. Now they have 2 flags down as they're trying to sort things out. Clay Martin is the referee. Nine seconds left in the half.
They're just figuring out which way to back them up.
There are fouls on the play, both by the offense. Illegal formation as number 84 was covering up 15. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced at the previous spot. We also had a personal foul blindside block offense number 11. That penalty has been declined.
Treadwell on the blind side hit.
So first, illegal formation. Actually, 84 was covered up by number 15 the other way around, even though it looked like it was a penalty on 84.
The edge
and
of your
you
screen.
see here,
Yeah.
you can't blindside block like that anymore. Coming back to your goal line and cleaning out the defender. It goes both ways now, right? The defender can't do it. Offensive guy can't do it either.
They want you to shield through that block and not blast guys. It's a player safety issue that you're talking about a real evolution of the game and in a direction towards player safety.
So you see the defense that they're lined up in. That's exactly what I was talking about, where there's not enough time for the offense to take a ball inbounds, get down, and try to make a play.
Good first half all the way around. And don't forget, the takeaway was key by Beagle. It turned into 6 for the Saints after the long drive of the 2-minute drill, orchestrated by Teddy Bridgewater and the catch by Dan Arnold. So we get ready to send it back to the studio. Juan Kincaid, Pat Swilling, they'll take over. It's 14-12 at the break in New Orleans. Pat Swilling, a 2-point lead for the Minnesota Vikings at the break, and welcome back to the Dome. Home sweet Dome. Joel Myers, Jonathan Vilma, John Stinchcomb, Super Bowl champions. We're fortunate to have them with us on the telecast this year. And some positive signs early, especially Teddy Bridgewater in that 2-minute drill.
Very poised, very comfortable, very accurate. I love that he didn't force the issue in a 2-minute drill, and that was really a microcosm of the whole half. He was phenomenal all half, making the right decisions, getting the ball where it needed to be.
Yeah, but in addition to that, you had Latavius Murray looked like he felt right at home as well. He came right in, made a number of plays, caught the ball well out of the backfield. It's not just the hammer that I think people were expecting with the old, thunder and lightning bit. He's a playmaker now.
He is.
And don't forget, Kamara had a few snaps. Alvin looked like Alvin. That's a positive for all of us. Kamara looked great in the limited opportunities he had in there. Now, this young man who's going back deep, guys, he's shown some jets, hasn't he?
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they kick to him again. He's very, very explosive. Got it out to the 35, 40-yard line. That's Dante Harris, right?
And showed that he had that extra gear that you're looking for in a returner.
Oh, they kick it to him.
It'll be Harris, but will he bring it out? Yes, he's trying to make the
out.
squad 5 yards deep. He's bringing it out. Now as he tries to turn the corner, he's forced out of bounds, but I like the gumption to get out at 5-6 yards deep, trying to make it. It's our sideline report brought to you by Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience. We head down once again to Megan Payton. Megan.
Hey guys, I talked to head coach Sean Payton during the half. He told me he was overall pleased with how the guys handled the 2-minute drills. He said we can expect to see some substitutions here in the second half. However, it is not based on quarters. It's based upon how many snaps per game.
All right, Megan, thank you. So the method to the madness to evaluate talent. And now Taysom Hill takes over at quarterback. He's got Washington in the backfield. Dwayne plows it straight up the middle for about 5. And make it 4 to the 30-yard line. Now, this is different, and let's see if there's any different play calling. A very athletic quarterback, but as you said, and we talked about it during the break.
That's right.
Let's see if he stays in the pocket, and similar play calling to Teddy Bridgewater.
That's right. If I'm Pete Carmichael and Sean Payton, I already know the athleticism that Taysom Hill presents. I already know that he can get outside the pocket. I want to see him do exactly what he just did. 3 steps, make the right reads, put his foot in the ground, throw the ball. I don't want to see him running around trying to make plays with his legs. I want to see his arm because, again, we have to know, can he play quarterback?
Yes.
We know he can play every other position,
right,
but can he play quarterback?
So that was a drop. It looked like it was a catchable ball for Sidney Cobbs Jr., the young man from Indiana. It brings up an early 3rd down on the first possession of the second half from the 30. Need 6. And the grab.
That's what you're looking for, right?
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
The grab made by Derby, A.J. Derby.
He knows where he wants to go with the football. throws the ball with a quick release, actually. Throws the football with that quick release and gets it as soon as the receiver is breaking out his route. Only he can make the play. It's either a catch or an incompletion.
Yeah, that's Derby's first snap of the game, a productive one, and he's in his 4th year out of Arkansas. It's about the 40 on the carry for Washington, make it a gain of 2.
Tell me how you feel about this, Cinch. I always felt that when you start doing the zone reads at Taysom Hill and they just ran the play right there, it changes up the blocking scheme and the blocking style for the offensive line. It's a little different than just firing off the ball, right?
Well, the difference is we can leave one man unblocked because the quarterback's going to take it, and all of a sudden you can get up to the linebackers at a better angle.
Will they give it? Yes, but a flag is down. Unfortunately for Grayson, the wide receiver out of LSU.
False start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's Ola, the tackle, in his 6th year from Hampton. And it looked like some yardage was available on that, too.
You can see what they wanted to do. Like, what can Cyril Grayson do better than average? That guy can run. So you get him on that speed sweep. Get him out in space. He already made a nice catch down the sideline earlier.
Yeah, you can tell the explosion of speed with him, Deontay Harris. You can see how fast they are. It's scary.
Taysom Hill manufacturing as things broke down in the backfield. He's got about 5 on the carry up to the 40. Another flag.
Illegal use of the hands to the face. Offense, number 60. 10-yard penalty at the previous spot. Second down.
How about Taysom's ability? He's in the pocket. He feels the pressure. He gets out of there pretty quick.
He does. What I would say is I would like to see Taysom, before he takes off, scan the other side of the field first, then take off. That's my only critique on that, because you don't know what's open on the other side. If there's something open on the other side, that could have been a 15-yard gain as opposed to a 5-yard gain.
Underneath, Dan Arnold lets it go. It's going the other way on the pick. Mishandled by Arnold. Nate Metters. Right place, right time for the rookie from UCLA.
I'll tell you that.
2 unbelievable turnovers. One for Minnesota in the first half where you're not touched, and then Dan Arnold pretty much passes the ball off to the linebacker here on an under route.
You got to come up with that grab.
I mean, the ball was right on the money by Taysom Hill. He took his eyes off it, tried to get upfield, and then, of course, it hits his knee pad, of all things, for the easy touchdown.
Points off a takeaway off the turnover, and a strange one at that as Bailey gets into it. So a 30-yard return and an unfortunate beginning for the Saints. 3 minutes gone by as they're trailing now by 9, 21-12, the Minnesota Vikings. Strange start to the second half. Dan Arnold's got a touchdown. Now just gave one up on a pass that went off his fingertips right to Metters, a rookie defensive back trying to make the Vikings. It's going to be Harris from the goal line. Got a lane up the middle, and it shuts down in a hurry across the 25. So the Saints facing a team that defensively was 4th overall last year. That's one of the things about Mike Zimmer's Minnesota Vikings, who's been their head coach since 2014.
And that hasn't changed. It's
right.
Mike Zimmer, every stop that he's been at in the NFL, his defense notorious for not just being good defense, taking the ball away, and great pass defense. That's always his thing.
And that's why you can't give up points.
That's right.
The way they just did. Rodgers in the backfield. Hill keeps it himself on the zone option read. Flag down. Oh, we've had a lot of flags tonight. He's close to a first down. It was a long first half because of the conferences and the flags.
I think you paid them to make it longer.
Yeah.
Good job, Joe. How'd that work out for you?
I was watching games Thursday night. None of them were this long.
Personal foul, face mask. Defense, number 57.
Oh, interesting.
15 yards will be added to the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
That's their pick from last year, second-year man on a cow, Devontae Downs. So a mark-off and a first down. So that is one of the options. Let's face it. You have certain play calls that you can use with Taysom Hill you can't use with Teddy or Drew.
Well, why would you not? I mean,
right.
that's part of his arsenal. That's what he brings to the table. Go ahead and let him utilize the skills that he brings.
So you've got 15 penalties between the two teams. It is Rodgers. Not much available. Going off the right side for about 3 to the 47-yard line. So we mentioned this is a very deep team. Let's face it. There are not many jobs available on the Saints squad. That's why you can't turn the ball over. You can't make mistakes because you're going to fight. If you're looking at one of the tight end spots, one of the wide receiver spots, competition is going to be intense at the wide receiver spot.
And Joel, especially in the first game, because the first game, the playbook is so simple. We're talking about day one stuff, day one training camp practice stuff that is being called right now. So it's really all about executing and then you're hustling. And it's really man on man. They're not going to stay playing it so many times. They're not going to call anything to confuse you. The point is not to try to trick the young guys. They want to see the young guys play and play fast.
Yes, it's not a battle of schemes. We're not going to try to scheme a team going into preseason game number 1. We want to see, can you play? Can you bring something to the table? Is there a skill set that we can utilize?
Exactly.
It'll be third and a couple. And big hole. Rodgers has it easily for a gain of about 5. Inside the 37. So let's see if the Saints can get it back after the turnover and the points off the turnover immediately, shocking everybody here.
Well, it's interesting because we talked about Taysom Hill. We know that he has that zone read option with his legs. He can run the ball. And we wanted to see, can he sit in the pocket and throw?
Right.
It didn't work out so well. No. So they went right back to the bread and butter where he's shotgun and it's zone read. So, okay.
Yeah, but I like the point you made about going through your progression.
That's right. And we're not going to see it getting these types of plays from him. Now he's sitting in the pocket now. But if you notice, he stares down one side of the field and never goes back to the other side of the field. So when a defender or a defenseman, we look at quarterbacks, we always want to see, is he a half-field quarterback? And this is what we call a half-field quarterback, where he started to the right, looked to the right, never went back to the left, and just took off and ran.
Yeah, and didn't slide either.
No, he likes the contact. Come on, man, look at his chin strap.
You got the chin strap.
You know he likes the contact.
I'm surprised he's not working a cage like a nose tackle. Yeah, good run. That's Dwayne Washington. With more on the quarterback, Taysom Hill. Let's head downstairs to Megan Payton. Megan.
Yeah, I talked to Taysom Hill before the game. I asked him, how do you learn all of these different positions? He said his game prep looks a little different than most quarterbacks. He said he tries to mirror Drew Brees, but at the same time, he has to supplement for the other positions.
All right. Thank you, Megan. Yeah, there's so many different options you can go with, but as you said, you can't look at half the field.
Correct. And when you start looking at half the field, again, being evaluated, that's where, there we go. Being evaluated, that's where.
That was slippery. They thought he was going out of bounds.
Yes.
That was slippery.
I mean, he can run the ball. That's a threat.
He made me stop what I was saying.
Just watch him. Absolutely.
Just watch him. He's exciting to watch. But that's where coaches start to evaluate, because it's easy for a defender, knowing that you won't go to the other side of the field, to take more chances, to be more aggressive, to come up and make a play, as opposed to someone like Drew. Now, Drew is out of this world, but, I mean, the whole field is open for Drew. Every time. Someone is open.
You know what's classic about that play? 99% of the quarterbacks in the NFL go to the sideline.
Oh, of course.
And the linebacker thought he was.
Don't worry, Joe. As he gets a little older,
he will.
He's going to go to the sideline.
Tell you what, it's unfortunate, though. You look at that stat line already, and it's 2 for 4 with an interception. That interception should not be on his stats.
It shouldn't.
That's a ball that you hit your receiver in the hands with, but ends up turning up as an interception at the end of the game.
Zach Grade, he's listening to the play calls, Drew Brees, and he's working the David & Sons, the sunflower seeds at the same time. Multitasking with a cup in his hand. 9-point game with 7.5 to play as we're halfway through the third quarter. Oh, nice play fake.
Now that one is on him.
Yep, he's got to own that.
He's got to own that one.
Good play fake, poor throw.
Great play fake.
And he knows it. So now it's going to be third down.
It's the same play that we saw earlier that Teddy hits him in stride. It was Traquan Smith on the route. And
yes, that's right.
Now you come right back, and Taysom isn't able to put the ball where he wants it.
That's correct.
Austin Carr checking into the game.
But to your point about being 2 for 4, now 2 for 5, whatever it is, it's still great to see it on film. And coaches don't just go by stats, which is the beauty of it, right? And that's where fans sometimes can't understand, why does the player get cut? Why did this player stay? And it's not about the stats every time. It's about watching the quarterback as we see it. We say, well, he hasn't played poorly, but he hasn't played great either. He's done the things we already know he can do. Yes. Has he gotten better? Has he progressed? And I don't know. It's still TBD. He has a lot of football left in this game, and we have to find out. Can he make consistent throws?
Well, you hit it. The eval coming from a coach is a lot different than a fan who looks at the stat sheet and tries to say, well, he had a great game because X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
26-yard field goal attempt coming up for Will Lutz. Bad snap. Great job, Thomas Morstead.
That's the way to get that ball down.
That was well
Don't worry,
done.
Thomas, he earns his keep too now.
So a 26-yard field goal by Will Lutz and a 6-point game at the Dome in New Orleans. It might be preseason for the players, but it's not preseason for some of those diehard Saints fans.
Super fans are out in force. You know, Vilma, we won a putt-putt competition together.
Now, I don't believe you.
It's a true story.
Where was this putt-putt?
It was on a Saints cruise. Ask Michael Lewis. We beat him. Lance Moore.
You want me to ask all the people that are not in this booth?
Ah, well, they lost. They'll tell you about it later.
We're going to get them on the phone, and we're going to listen to the conversation on the air a little bit later. Will Lutz kicks it away.
Short kick.
Jeff Baudette is going to take it. His first touch comes at the 4-yard line. And the coverage, not bad. Across the 25, though. Out to about the 28. And that's where the Saints were so good last year on special teams. Sankey in on the stop, but they were one of the best special teams. Now there is a change, don't forget. New coach, and they're looking at a lot of different guys, the bubble guys. Who's going to help on special teams?
Yeah. And now you see some of the rookies that are coming in, C.J. Gardner-Johnson at the safety positions coming in. And I'm excited to see how he's going to play right now, lined up in the box over the tight end.
And Saquon Hampton's deep.
Kyle Sloter's in. New quarterback out of Northern Colorado.
What a nice throw.
You said it. He set up, boy, and he stepped into that throw. It's complete for a big gain as it goes out to Tyler Conklin.
All right, JV, tell me, how does the space in the zone open up like this between the linebackers and the safety?
Well, you have one linebacker running the middle of the field, and then the second linebacker didn't get depth for that. We call those deep over routes, and he had to get depth on that one. But, I mean, credit the quarterback. Great pass over the linebacker in between the safety and the other defender.
Boy, and now they're putting him in a little waggle action, and it's complete on the dump off. It goes to Blasingame. The rookie out of Vandy.
But I love the play call. If I'm the offensive coordinator for Minnesota right now, I'm making that call, and I want to keep moving that defense as much as possible because, frankly, they look tired. You had some of the guys that are coming right off of special teams on a kickoff, have to go right into defense. You do a play action, catch them off guard. Now you do another play action, catch them off guard. And the more you can keep moving them back and forth, the less effective or aggressive the defense will be.
Man, two big chunks, 22 on the first play, 20 on that last play. And on the ground, it's Boone out of Cincinnati. Mike Boone, the running back, at 5'10", 205.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if the Vikings now come back with another play action just to keep the defense off balance.
Well, that's what you can do, especially when you get a rhythm. Those play action passes, the moving the pocket, that's when they're effective. It's after you get stuffed a couple times, nobody's buying it.
Double up on the wide side of the field. An I formation. And there he goes
play
again.
Action.
Receiver down.
He was outside of the pocket.
I'm laughing because
Porter Gustin out of USC made the play for the Saints.
Well, I'm laughing because Saquon Hampton's defense on the slot receiver was anything but that. I mean, I don't know how they didn't call this. I don't know how they didn't call this penalty, but hey, the referees definitely missed that one.
I think it was all. You see Treadwell's reaction. Laquan Treadwell was the receiver.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it that they didn't throw a flag. I'm with him.
Now big third down for this group defensively for the Saints in a 6-point deficit. Instead of 5 to play in the third. Boone stays as a single to the backfield. And isolation, jump ball, batted away.
Nice defense.
The coverage by Chris Campbell on that side. Or make it, is it Webster or Campbell? It is, yes, it is 39. It's Kayvon Webster out of South Florida.
It looked like great defense by Kayvon Webster. I watched him. I watched Patrick Robinson. He was in the slot over here, both playing press man. I mean, frankly, he was by himself. He did everything he needed to do to push that wide receiver.
Pass interference. Defense, number 39. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Again, he's up right here. Shoulder square. He gets the defender to the sideline, turns around. He's playing the ball. He looks back. I mean, he has every right to the ball as a wide receiver. I don't understand how that's
going to be a challenge.
Well, now this is a challengeable play.
It would be a great challenge right here.
Sean is
itching. He looks like he wants to take that flag out, and now he does.
Yeah,
put this at your feet, sir.
You know, I'll wait until they get up to the line. You know, he did. That was pretty sound coverage, Jonathan, wasn't it?
Solid coverage. I thought that was great coverage.
We'll come right back. It's going to be reviewed with 4:36 to play in the third quarter. In a 6-point game, Sean Payton, the Saints, challenging the call on the field. They have made a decision already. Clay Martin, the referee, is about to announce their decision. And give the wide receiver credit, because it looked like he locked his arm down to prevent the defensive back, Webster.
Well, that all the more reason for it not to be defensive pass interference. If Laquan Treadwell comes right here and locks
review, the call on the field does stand. It'll be first down and goal at the 6-yard line.
I don't understand it.
So it's 21 yards down to the first and goal at the 6.
Because I don't know how else you want the defender to play it.
Yeah, I didn't see anything egregious. I think that's one you can overturn. I think when they review these PIs, they're looking for flagrant one way or the other. Either obviously he didn't make any contact. What they don't want to do is constantly second guess themselves, and I think they err on the side of whatever the ruling is. In this situation, I think you could overturn and be fine.
Boone in the backfield.
I hear that, but then that defeats the purpose of having the
Caden Ellis, well, the no call obviously is the reason that we have this rule now. That wasn't blatant at all, was it?
No, it wasn't blatant at all. I mean,
I think the blood
pressure.
pressure
for the head before the ball gets there, and it won't be called. There we go.
Pretty sure the blood pressure of half the audience right now just increased, having had to watch that play one more time.
We have fortunately we have a defibrillator in the booth. It'll be second and goal from the 2. And out of the backfield, touchdown to the fullback, Blasingame, the rookie from Vanderbilt. So successful start for Kyle Sloter, the quarterback out of Northern Colorado in his 3rd year.
Yeah, Vince Beagle looked like he was supposed to have the coverage. He jammed up the fullback and kind of just let him go. So I can't tell if he was supposed to keep him.
It looked like he's passing him off.
Yeah,
too bad
like
there's no one to pass him off to. Yeah, it definitely looked like he was jamming him in space and was going to get after the quarterback, and that can happen when you have someone behind you. It's a problem if you don't.
Yeah, that was odd.
Time to practice things you will eventually have to do during the regular season.
Yes.
And they're going to go for 2 now.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. You're up 12 points. You go for 2. You'll be up 14 points, 2 scores, just in case the New Orleans offense comes back or New Orleans finds a way to score 2 touchdowns.
3:54.
The referees are still going to have to explain how that was pass interference.
I think there's indifference on their side of this juncture.
I see.
Sloter out of the gun. And he's going to try to make it to the corner of the end zone. Will he get there? No,
he didn't get there.
No. So good pursuit down the line. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the rookie, 4th-round pick out of Florida on that side of the field. But this is the play in question. And now it is a 12-point lead for Minnesota. It was a 6-play, 72-yard drive. And first series, don't forget, for Kyle Sloter. Well, the new quarterback, and a big one at that, is 6'5", 220. The third quarterback of the night for Mike Zimmer. And Minnesota's Cyril Grayson Jr. waits in the end zone. Man is going to bring it out about 4 or 5 yards deep. Making the most of the opportunity. That's across the grill. You got
face mask
15
there.
yards. That'll slow him down every time.
Yeah, they'll make up for it with the 15-yard penalty. You've got the face mask.
Duke Thomas, the guilty party.
Well, they're giving Cyril Grayson some opportunities here tonight. You saw him on that deep pass down the sideline. They tried to get him on the jet sweep earlier, and here he is with a kickoff return.
Yeah, and a good 40-yard kickoff return.
They both have speed, him and Deontay Harris. Both have a lot of speed.
Personal foul, face mask, keeping team number 34. 15-yard penalty at the end of the play. First down.
It's our connection to the game. Coming up, it's all brought to you by Cox. Watch together, cheer together, celebrate together. Cox, proud partner of your New Orleans Saints. And speaking of Mr. Grayson, there's a personal foul, but the catch.
Well, he's got speed. I don't think that's in question. What's impressive on that play is his ability to track the ball and contort his body and come up with a catch.
Still get his feet in bounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So Taysom Hill in there. It is going to be his third series of the game.
Yeah, he kind of reminded me of me when I played wide receiver. That blinding. Why are you laughing?
No, it was just funny.
The blinding speed that I had and I could contort my body.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing.
You know what, John? I don't like you.
Oh, it never dies. Offense, defense.
Audio, could you say
man.
that for me? Taysom Hill, after all is said and done, gets a yard. And a good open field tackle. That was a successful play defensively for the guy that was spying him. And that's Richard Clyett, the backer.
And sometimes you got to thank Taysom Hill for not throwing the ball because everybody was covered everywhere. You see the under routes being covered, the over routes being covered. So I'm glad he didn't try to force the issue. He kept going, trying to make a play. That is just exactly good. I'll take that, especially as a defender, right? I'll take a punt as opposed to a turnover.
Well, and he kept his eyes downfield. It wasn't like he was not looking for options. Had went ahead and said, I'm going to run it early.
Tough throw, and it falls incomplete. Looking for Derby. He had the opening, if he wanted to go, to little Jordan Humphrey. He was available as well.
So I can tell that Taysom Hill on that play said, throwing to short pass, that's not going to prove anything. If I can make this one, make the accurate pass over to little Jordan Humphrey,
right,
that is what's going to show my progression and show that I've gotten better.
Find a way to get it in a tight window.
Exactly.
Rodgers, the single to the backfield with Hill on 3rd and 9. Extending the pocket. Man, good moves, yards after the catch and a first down for little Jordan Humphrey, the rookie out of Texas at 6'4", 225.
Yeah, nice individual effort right there. Nice pass by Taysom Hill.
Well, he was short of that first down. It's the yak yards that makes the chains move. You see little Jordan say, I can get us first down.
A little nifty there.
Got a little shift in me.
Man, especially with his size. Boy, coaches love that when you're 6'4".
Yes.
So he showed some nice moves for a guy with that kind of length at 225 pounds. First down to the 39. It'll be Dwayne Washington. Find a little bit of a hole for about 4, maybe 5. Yeah, give him 5 down to the 34. Washington now in his 4th year out of the Huskies program in Washington.
And I think you've got room towards the bottom of the wide receiver stack to make plays and make a name for yourself. So those plays aren't for nothing for little Jordan Humphrey. I mean, he's fighting right now to be one of the 5 guys in the locker room for the wide receivers when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and Stench not only at the wide receiver position making plays, he has to make plays with special teams.
There's that zone option read.
Yeah.
Taysom calls his number and he's got a first down.
Yeah, but the players that are playing right now in the skill position, they have to find a way to contribute not only on the offense and show that they can perform offensively or defensively. They have to be able to show they can perform on special teams as well, whether it's making a tackle or making the block. They have to do something because that's where the value is added.
When you have only 45 guys dress on a Sunday,
That's right.
It's can I get 20 plays out of you? And if 16 of them are on special teams, so be it.
So be it.
Final minute of the third. A wild third quarter at that. A little bit of everything in this game. Hill with a holding call coming up. And Rodgers are making out. Washington couldn't hold on.
Looks like a holding on the offense.
Holding. Offense, number 66. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
It's on Ryan Groy out of Wisconsin.
Let's see.
I'm not even sure well.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the defender wasn't really trying to get out of that hole.
I'll say this.
Looked like he was happy to be held.
Yeah. When the quarterback leaves the pocket, that's when it usually happens because the umps can see it from back there. I mean, you can put two hands in a defender's chest and no call, but once the quarterback escapes the pocket and the defender tries to create a little separation, that's when they say you're holding.
That was
That's when they see
Armand Watts with the good read, the rookie out of Arkansas, 6th round pick.
So when you have a mobile quarterback like Taysom, I mean, it's both a blessing. It can be at times a curse because you create opportunities for holds like that. You just have to learn to play the game a little bit different. Once you feel the defender try to separate and understand the quarterback is flushed, you gotta let go.
I can imagine though that's tough, especially for guys that are working between different quarterbacks and complete opposites of Teddy Bridgewater and then Taysom Hill.
Yes, that's your challenge. Is if you're used to, I mean, let's give the prime example of a Michael Vick who could separate, create space, and all of a sudden.
Don't bring his name up. He gives me nightmares. I still remember him running around for like 150 yards up. Don't bring him up.
Yep.
Somebody else, please.
Okay.
Somebody.
Well, there's plenty out there now. Quarterbacks that can run. But yes, the challenge is going from a Bridgewater and a Breeze that stay in the quarterback and move 2 or 3 steps to a Taysom Hill that can separate and create space and extend a play by flushing out of the pocket.
Rodgers on the reception, and that's going to be the final snap of the third. Field goal try by Will Lutz. You would have to think it's going to be our first snap of the fourth. Again, through 3.
Another one.
Right. And Will's already got 3. They've had a lot of field goals tonight. The game all brought to you by Raising Cane's, official chicken of your New Orleans Saints. Meeting your game day party for over 20 years. So points off a turnover, the big difference for Minnesota in the third. And that was on an interception return by the rookie Metters out of UCLA. Lutz now with a 42-yard attempt. Money in the bank. He is 4 for 4, but too often the Saints are settling for 3. Now.
Look, I'm glad to know that Will Lutz is worth every penny. But I'd also like to see our offense get some points.
Get across that goal line.
Yeah.
As we get ready for the regular season. Scores around the league brought to you by Keesler Federal Credit Union. We're in your neighborhood, and that's a good thing. So Giants, Jets, Battle of New York, and right away obviously they've got a new quarterback in New York right after the first series.
Oh,
right.
Just
so Daniel
totally
Jones,
flipped the
draft
conversation.
choice, right. And by the way, for all Saints fans, even though it's the preseason, Atlanta lost by 7.
Falcons lost.
28-3 was the number that'll live forever.
Don't care when it is, preseason, regular season, postseason. They celebrate all Atlanta losses.
So scores around the league. It was a busy Thursday night in the NFL. Very busy Thursday. Back deep. It is Baudette turning the corner. And he's out across the 30. Good return. All the way to the 33.
Yeah, Rashard Matthews tried to get a holding call there. It didn't work out. Got to learn to keep the edge because if it's not called, then it's not a penalty. Right?
He almost got housed. Coach Payton was arguing his case.
Yeah, he's trying to help him out, but you know this isn't basketball. You can't flop your way to a penalty. It's the truth.
Well said. Jonathan Vilma, John Stinchcomb in
Calling
the
him
booth.
out.
You see, and I brought up basketball because I thought that pass interference call.
He trapped that arm.
He locked the arm down on
That's
Webster.
right.
That looked like guys battling for a rebound.
And that's how you know the ref never watched basketball.
You got that one. Now going to get pressure on the quarterback. The screen is set up. It's the tight end screen. Brandon Dillon, the rookie out of Marion. Man, regarding pressure on the quarterback, the latest on that, let's head down to Megan Payne. Megan.
Vilma, I know you brought up the topic earlier of who can be the guy to complement Cam Jordan this season. I talked to Cam earlier, and he said he was really impressed with Marcus Davenport's development going into his second training camp with the team. He's also excited to see some of the young secondary get a chance to perform.
So Cam did not play tonight. Man, good penetration to the backfield, but they couldn't get to the running back.
Well, thanks, Megan, because I like to hear that Cam Jordan has a lot of confidence in Marcus Davenport that he's going to come around. And let's be honest, Cam Jordan's first couple years, he wasn't a refined pass rusher either. High motor, good bender, can get around the corner, relentless, but he didn't have that go-to move just yet either. So it may take a little bit longer than we're hoping for from Marcus Davenport.
But I think they're cut from the same cloth. Like,
yes.
Automatically, the first thing you look at is physically gifted and have a great motors, great work ethic. Everybody who talked about Cam Jordan when he was a younger player would speak to those things. Like, he's got the ability, he's got the desire. It's just a matter of developing those techniques. Now, he's probably a little further along than Marcus was just because of the experience of playing in a more competitive college environment than Davenport did. But you can see some of the same raw tools that we were talking about years ago with Cam.
Yeah, agreed. And I like Cam being the consummate professional right there. He's taking notes on the defensive line. He's helping out the coaching staff. I used to do that when it was
holding. Offense number 73, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Well, I used to do that when it was I'm out of the game and I want to stay into the game. You put an earpiece on the right, you get the play call, and then you start to write down the good and bad, the ugly of what the young guys are doing and help them out, because we're going to need them, right? And
Absolutely.
Cam Jordan understands that. We're going to need these players. So I need to write down the play call, what's going on, and what they're doing well or not well, so we can improve and get ready for the season.
He's getting his money's worth, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, it definitely is.
I want to go back to that, though, in a moment after the holding call against Samia, their fourth-round draft choice. He goes back to the 39. Second and long. Sloter stays in at quarterback. Grab is made now. Who made Cam Jordan better? Because right now, in practice during the first 2 weeks of camp, Marcus Davenport's going up against one of the best left tackles in the NFL, Teron Armstead. That's got to help. That has to. So Cam Jordan obviously going up against somebody, one of his own teammates. Who was it for you, Stitch? What defensive end gave you problems? One of your own.
Well, it's iron sharpens iron, right? So for years, it was battling with Will Smith and Charles Grant and Cam. That first year, we battled a little bit, and then it was Zach Strief comes in, and when you play good on good, both get better.
And Sean Payton used to do a great job of having ones versus ones at some point in the practice. Remember, our Wednesdays, it was run drill. Our Thursdays, it was passing. And then red zone on Fridays. And I remember going against two of the best guards that the Saints ever had, right? And Jari Evans, and we had Carl Nix. So going against those two guys day in and day out, I mean, that definitely made me better.
Yeah, there's always challenges. You can find them, the individual challenges among your own.
Yes.
It's a punt coming up. One of the few times. Deontay Harris back deep. So Matt Weil with his second punt of the game. 45-yard average last year. Young man from Michigan. Good hang time. Fair catch will be called for. And Harris has it at about the 17. Quick timeout. 10:56 left in regulation. Saints trailing most of the way. They're still down by 9. Welcome back once again to New Orleans. Everything you want to know about the Saints you can find in one spot. It's the Saints Final Play app. You can download it right now. News, videos, Deuce McAllister's in there. He gives you analysis as well. Best way to keep up with the Saints? Final Play app. Download it right now. Welcome back once again Now, Taysom Hill back in there at quarterback. If you joined us a little bit late tonight, Teddy Bridgewater was impressive. Teddy Bridgewater finished 14 of 19, 134 yards passing, touchdown toss to Dan Arnold. His quarterback rating in a half was 110.4. Now Hill on the play fake. And good hold by Rishard Matthews. But Teddy Bridgewater, cool customer in the pocket tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned all the stats, Joel. What I liked was what you just said. Cool in the pocket, command of the offense, very, very accurate. Held on to the ball, maybe a little too long at times for John Stinchcomb in the offensive line. But I tell you what, he was finding the open receiver. His eyes were downfield at all times trying to make the play.
Yeah, we talked about that at halftime, guys, while we were away. We were talking about the guts that offensive linemen love. Warriors, quarterbacks like that.
Yeah.
Low throw, good grab. And that's Ozigbo, the rookie out of Nebraska who held on and did a nice job to spin with the first down. And we're getting good reports on this young man.
That's a tough catch, especially on the move as low as that ball came in. But going back to Bridgewater, he looks every bit as much as a starter as anybody we've seen this preseason. I mean, he commanded the offense well. He found the open receiver. He read the zone. I mean, everything that you were hoped to get out of preseason game number 1, he delivered.
And we shouldn't be surprised when you have a quarterback that literally turns down better offers to stay a backup because he wants to learn. That that he's going to be good, and it may not translate to other teams, or we don't know, but I know that he's going to perform very well.
Durrell couldn't hold on to it, but what an effort by this young man.
It was a great effort. I thought he came down with it. Actually hoping he did come down with it to kind of make his case at wide receiver.
And he's back. They brought him back in because he's familiar with the offense.
That's right.
That was close. He had his hands on it. Looked like the cornerback just was able to poke it loose maybe as he was falling.
That one, as soon as you get it, you have to press it to your body as quickly as possible.
2nd and 10 from the 33 on the toss sweep. And Ozigbo with a first down. Turned the corner nicely. They're playing in shorts. They got pads on. But I picked up on some of his comments, it's nobody can really hit him.
That's right.
And now there's contact, and you can see that's a pretty good move.
He was one player away from breaking it, taking it to the distance.
Yep, and he set up his tackle to make a good block on the cornerback. Those are always fun to get out there in space, as long as you got a back behind you that can put you in good spots. Those are fun.
It'll be a first down. Short drop by Taysom Hill. Comeback route, and there's a hold by the defensive back on.
I tell you, a great job by Taysom Hill. He recognized that the corner was even stride for stride with the receiver for back shoulder, and was able to draw that pass interference.
Think they'll challenge it?
Pass interference. Defense, number 46. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Let's see that one again. I don't know how much contact there was there, or was it flopping?
Yeah, they've got a challenge left. Each team has a challenge
they're not
left.
doing it. Let's see.
Maybe a little pull before
it
releases.
Looks like a little pull, a little acting, and that's a DPI.
And a first down of the 33 of the Vikings for the Saints, trailing by 9. Taysom Hill, the leading rusher for the Saints tonight, with 5 for 47 on the ground. Middle of the field, it's available. Down to the 10. Good grab.
Nice.
There, yes.
Nice.
Touchdown. Little Jordan Humphrey.
Nice effort.
Great ball by Taysom Hill. Great effort by Humphrey to find the end zone. That's a pretty play right there.
That was, and that's what the coaches have been looking for. He sat in the pocket, made a right read, and he threw it on the money, let Little Jordan do the rest.
Well, that's what you're looking for, right, JV, is that pocket presence, the ability to deliver.
Yes.
Now, Humphrey's the closest. He's the inside slot receiver, finds the space, gets behind the linebackers, and first contact's made at the 10-yard line, still finds his way into the end zone.
Yeah, I like that stiff arm. It's kind of like how I used to stiff arm you, John, when I bend the corner to get a sack. Beautiful. I loved it.
5-play, 83-yard drive. Lets in for the point after out of the hold of Morstead. And automatic 2-point game.
I didn't know that JV was a fisherman. All these stories that this guy tells.
What are you talking about? That's the way I remember it.
I'm sure it is.
Caught him in stride, in a position to succeed. A 33-yard touchdown catch. misses. The rookie, little Jordan Humphrey, who took it in. Let's not forget that he had 7 catches for 67 yards in the Sugar Bowl against the Bulldogs of Georgia.
Let's do forget that, Joel.
wait, Joel,
We
you didn't
moved
say
on.
who won that game.
How about that catch, right?
that
was
game?
impressive. Humphrey's making a name for himself here tonight.
I love it. This is healthy.
Not healthy.
And it's going to stay in the end zone off the kick by Lutz. While you're away, we were also talking about during the break, Sean Payton brought up to Megan during the pregame show that he's an advocate of 4 preseason games. And I said to you, Stinch, I was with coaches, and one coach in particular years ago said to me, if you're a championship fighter and you're getting ready for a 12-round heavyweight title fight, you don't do it a month from now or a few weeks from now. You build your body up to accept the punishment, to get ready for the blows along the way. And I relate that to you because you guys take blows all the time. Your body needs to recover, but you also need to get your body ready.
I know Vilma took a lot of blows, and sometimes it takes like 6 weeks to develop and get game ready.
Jake Browning in at quarterback, turning the corner, Mike Boone.
Well, I will take the high road here.
Oh, that's a first. Welcome. Good to see you here.
And explain how I do agree with Sean Payton in having 4 preseason games, because let's just take this game, for example. Who can you evaluate to say, yes, this person should make the team, this guy shouldn't make the team after one game? You don't know.
It's an accumulation of snaps.
It's an accumulation of snaps. You have to see them over a period of time. And at the same time, you have to see that your veterans that you assume are the starters still have it over a period of time.
I think when you're looking for flashes, what you're talking about is from veterans, that they can show it. They still have it in the preseason. Flashes aren't good enough if you're a undrafted rookie free agent. I mean, you've got to show that you can consistently be a playmaker, and you can't do that in one game. And I really do think there's value in 4 preseason games, or at least multiple preseason games, where a young player can show that, 1, he's developing, but 2, he can be more consistent than just flash in a game. Or if he doesn't, preseason game number 1 doesn't go well, that he can get past
and
that.
bounce back. Exactly. And I always remember the guys that were practice player All-Americans, right? You remember the guys in practice, they were awesome. And then all of a sudden you're like, where is this guy when the game time shows up? Like, what happened to him? Not aggressive, thinking too much, whatever it is. So sometimes, and it goes the opposite, right? Some guys are not good at practicing, but are really good when it comes to playing the game, where it just clicks for them. And you have to be able to decipher as a coach, as an evaluator, who are those guys that we can keep to hopefully win the National Super Bowl.
Jake Browning.
Yeah, no, I almost said
that's for a series.
I know.
College is coming out of it,
I'm just so
Joel.
used to winning national championships when I played. I don't know about you, Scott.
Good cutback. And what a run.
And he's going to go the distance.
Mike Boone down the sideline. He's gone the distance. It is a 64-yard run.
That is a great run by Mike Boone.
Yeah,
Individual
former
effort.
Cincinnati Bearcat. Man, once he turned the corner.
He turned the corner and he left everybody. Wow. Let's see what happened here.
It's just the backside cutoff.
It's a backside cutoff. The safety has to come down and make that play, or at least slow
JT
him
Gray.
down. JT
Absolutely.
Gray has to do much better than that. And I understand, look, he's coming from depth. But when you come from depth, all the more reason to understand where your leverage is.
Yes.
Your leverage clearly isn't to the outside.
You got 9 other defenders.
Back inside of you, right.
There you go.
It'll be Bailey for the point after. And all of a sudden, breathing room once again for the Minnesota Vikings. A lot of points on the board in this one, 34-25. Vikings again by 9. Welcome back once again to the Crescent City. Bailey about to kick it away once again. Cyril Grayson Jr. waits back deep for the Saints. And a 34-25 lead for the Vikings, a team that was 19th in the league in scoring last year, averaging 22 points a game, getting well, especially in the second half. It was 14-12 at the break as Grayson's dropped.
Well, Joe,
shy of the 21. Now, Michael Thomas played early, first couple of series, and he had a grab early in the game. Well, and well rewarded after the most catches
I want to be
ever.
like Mike. Yeah.
If you put a question mark right there, yes. The answer is yes. I want to be like
then you're covered.
I tell you what, though, besides the money and the catches and the stats, he is one of the hardest workers that the Saints have and is well-deserved. Him, Alvin Kamara, Cinch and I were just talking about that, how he works so hard in the offseason to get himself ready for the
Yes, and that's what you want from your leaders.
Well, Megan Payton had an opportunity a little earlier to catch up. Let's check in on that conversation with Mike Thomas.
I'm here with Michael Thomas. Congratulations on the record-breaking deal you have just signed. Is there any additional pressure that comes along with this now?
No. It's very clear. Just continue to keep doing what I'm doing, enhancing my game and getting better and helping this organization win football games.
And how was it for you having to sit out of some of those training camp at the beginning? Did that hurt knowing that you were in this deal, this was being made as you were doing it?
100%. Just not being able to be with the guys, be with those. We still have unfinished business this year and things that we're trying to do and goals that we're trying to reach together. So to not be out there knowing I'm not out there grinding with those guys, putting in the same work with them, it is kind of difficult, but I was happy we were able to get it done.
And what are you most excited for during this preseason?
Just to get out here and see the young guys compete, go against another team. We've been going against each other for the past 2 weeks. They've been competing at a high level. So just to see them up against another jersey and represent the Saints organization is going to be a blessing.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that was earlier tonight, Michael Thomas with Megan Payton. It's amazing when you think about it because, he wasn't a first-round pick. He was taken at the second round. Kamara, let's not forget, Alvin was taken in the third round. And you wonder, and give credit where credit is due, that's Mickey Loomis and Jeff Ireland and the player evaluation of the Saints.
Yes, and I think you hit on it with the successes you found in the draft. And it looks like this is a promising draft class this year, but your leaders, your playmakers, what do they talk about? They talk about the work and unfinished business and doing it together. You talk about championship teams, those are the recurring themes you hear time in and time out. And Michael Thomas is a prime example of that. Alvin Kamara, Cam Jordan, Drew Brees, those guys are relentless workers that put team first and are obviously individual talents that fit so well in this system that they've created here in New Orleans.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it any better, John. I mean, when you have the highest paid players on your team, also being the hardest working players on your team, that is the culture that is set, and that's the bar, that's the standard that's set. It's no wonder that these guys are 13-3. They're constantly in the playoffs, vying for championships. I mean, that is what you want to see, and I'm excited to see not only him get paid, hopefully Alvin Kamara will get paid and stay with the Saints as well, because that's what being a part of a team and investing in them, they invest in you, that's the way it's supposed to work.
Well, that's your core.
Offense, number 67, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
They called it on Addison, the center. It's interesting you bring that up, and well, we want to remind everybody to download the Final Play app. Video, news, everything you need to know. Deuce McAllister's on there as well. Best way to keep up the Saints. Final Play app. Download it today, because not a lot of teams. You had a real leader at center, Max Unger, and you know him well, John. You know him, Jonathan Gilmore, as well.
Before that, we had Jonathan Goodwin, and then Max Unger came.
Right.
But both of them, to your point, yes, great leaders.
Can your locker room sustain a loss of leadership? Well, you just pointed it out perfectly. Yeah, because you've got Drew Brees, you've got Cam Jordan. You've got guys that are leaders that naturally try to outwork everybody.
Sure, and you'll miss the space that Max Unger filled. He was special, but it helps to have a core group of guys like what you have in New Orleans right now.
And for Max Unger, one of the things that I would hope he did was pay it forward and teach some of the young guys how to be leaders, because they had 4 Pro Bowlers on the offensive line, so clearly he was influencing them on how to work and how to prepare. They had the athleticism as well, so they will then now turn into that leadership role.
On second and long, good run once again.
And I want to go back, Joel, to what you said about Minnesota's offense scoring today. They put up 34 points. They've done a very good job. We mentioned Gary Kubiak and his running game and his running scheme. The Vikings were 30th. 30th in the league last year in running the football, and it's no wonder that they were 8-7-1. That is not Mike Zimmer who we see here. That is not his scheme and his philosophy. So it's good to see, it's healthy for Minnesota to see that they can run the ball again and be successful. That will win them a lot of games.
Well, that's integral to their success. I mean, they have to be able to run the ball. I mean, obviously Cousins, Diggs, Thielen, that's a great trio to work with, but the identity of their team starts with the run game.
That's right. They're getting everything off of it. You see the play action working. They're able to run the ball. You see the deeper passes becoming more wide open. And this is not just for the first team, right? We saw that with the first team, second team, third team, like throughout this whole game.
Yep. Well, for Saints fans, I'm sure it's a little bit of a change as much as they're under center and running play action pass. That they're built different. I mean, that's the centerpiece for their entire tack on offense.
They lack balance. You brought it up. They averaged 93 yards a game.
Yes.
30th out of 32 teams last year. 252 through the air, but they put a lot on Cousins in his first year.
Too much on Cousins.
Well, he was sacked 40 times.
Correct.
And he also, and this is unusual, and that stood out when I was getting ready for the game, as engulfing the running back, a stop for the Saints on 1st and 10. He fumbled the ball. Cousins fumbled it. How many quarterbacks have 7 fumbles in a season?
That's right. When you're getting sacked 40 times.
But I'm saying that tells you everything.
Yeah.
He didn't have a lot of room.
Yeah, this is, again, assuming that the running game stays consistent for Minnesota and Kirk Cousins can play off that running game, and with the talent that they already have, this can be a very good Minnesota team. So I don't want the Saints fans or the Saints players to get too down. Like, this is a legitimate team. They were in the playoffs the year before in the NFC Championship. Got into a funk last year, didn't make it, but this year, if they're turning it around, this is a very good test for New Orleans.
On 2nd and long, it's once again D'Angelo Henderson out of Coastal Carolina. And it takes us to the 2-minute warning and a 9-point lead for Minnesota. Jonathan Vilma, John Stinchcomb. We'll be right back, and we'll continue this conversation, because you're right. Every other year, Minnesota is very good. It's a bounce-back season for them.
Right.
The remainder of the preseason schedule for Sean Payton and the Saints. Chargers next week. That is going to be a network telecast. We will be back with you for the matchup with the New York Jets. That's going to be in New Jersey, at New York, and then wrap it up at home against the Miami Dolphins. So we get to the 2-minute warning. Good to have you with us for preseason football in New Orleans. The Who Dat Nation, they were ready. Sean Payton's got a lot of film to look at. A lot of guys have played tonight. And now they can run out the clock on a 3rd and 4, 5-yard carry and gain. So Gray brings it down, but it's once again D'Angelo Henderson, former 6th-round pick of the Denver Broncos. So there's definitely a difference in the offense with Gary Kubiak as an advisor for Kevin Stefanski, who is the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, they look, when I say they, Zimmer, Stefanski, Kubiak, they all look like they're on the same page about what they want to do conceptually with this offense. We understand Kirk Cousins got paid a ton of money, but we also understand that the offense is only going to run through and be successful with the running game. It's going to run through the running game from the offensive line, and Kirk Cousins will naturally get his as the defense creeps up in the run game and the holes open in the secondary.
They changed a lot of bodies up front, too.
Yes, they did.
Not the
immediately.
Left two. The starting guards last year are gone.
Yep.
They brought in a draft choice, a 2nd-round pick, and they also signed and brought in another guard and gave him a 3-year free agent contract. So they have changed their offensive line setup after all those sacks.
Well, it looks like for the better. Because so far, I know it's only one preseason game, but first team, second team, third team, all did well moving the ball.
Final snap of the preseason game, and that's the way it ends for the Saints. So Mike Zimmer, and a different look completely. We know defensively, because they were exceptional last year on the defensive side of the football. In fact, defensively, they were 4th overall in the NFL and 3rd best against the pass. So Mike Zimmer, and they've got a lot of good things going for them. And now, obviously, a different mentality and scheme offensively.
Yes.
We'll see them now. Chicago may have something to say.
Yes.
Green Bay may have something to say. Detroit always says that they got something to say, even if they don't. But that division will be tough.
But don't forget, as we leave you, we're not going anywhere because Juan Kincaid and Pat Swilling are taking over in the studio. Drew Brees, he was on the sideline tonight, coaching, helping out. Don't need to see him in the first preseason game. We know that. Dan Arnold, big catch, one that got away as well. So they'll break down the film. A lot of tape to look at. For Jonathan Vilma, John Stinchcomb, and our entire crew, I'm Joel Myers. Thanks for joining us. Our final once again in New Orleans. Vikings by 9. They win at 34-25. Thanks for joining us, everyone.